This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Get in, loser! Mean Girls is now streaming on Paramount Plus. Join Katie Heron as she meets the plastics in Tina Fey's new twist on the modern classic. Get ready for more of the rumors, backstabbing, and jokes you loved from the original movie with some fetch surprises. Rated PG-13. Wear pink and head to ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the editorial emperor, the flow team pharaoh, the blog life baron, the Raja of the rug. Nordstrom? More like Nerdstrom, maestro of the mule. He never met a panel he wouldn't host. MVP of the DMV, the Don Dada of DDR, the human encyclopedia who puts the I know in Filipino. To quote Virgil Abloh, one of the most important critical minds in this game of ours, men's fashion and editorial director at Nordstrom, Jian DeLeon. Jian, how's it going, buddy?
It's good. That was great.
When did Virgil join La Cosa Nostra with this thing of ours?
I probably, I'm not going to get into New Guard's business. It is an Italian company.
Oh, damn, dude.
You've seen that movie that you used to post on your Tumblr a lot.
Yeah.
What was it?
Gamora?
Yes.
Yeah, Gamora. I was going to say, take Marcelo Burlon, make his ass sleep with the fishes. My man can't move a T-shirt to save his fucking life. God damn, bro. Get out the game. What's up, Jian? How are you?
RIP Century 21 right there.
Yeah.
Marcelo Burlon story.
Marcelo Burlon put Century 21 out of business. That's how bad his shit is.
No comment, but yeah, no.
I guess, did we sell him out? Yeah, he's like the rack below the Nordstrom rack. You know what I'm saying? Like Nordstrom trash out back.
Yeah.
I think you can. I don't know if you can find New Guards at Nordstrom rack. But.
Probably not. That's fair. That is a flex. It's not like our merch is at New Guards Group or anything like that.
But didn't he get out? Didn't he just? Is he making crazy money by doing New Guard and not like his own brand? Like he gets a cut of every fucking Palm Angel tracksuit sold, you know?
He could have retired. In fact, it's like, Marcelo is like the guard of New Guards.
Really?
New Guards is named after an article I wrote.
Really?
Is it written on a rug somewhere?
Yeah.
No, it was the first Business of Fashion article that I ever wrote.
Oh, like the New Guards of the fucking
company
Lux
didn't have
game
a
or some
name
shit?
at that point, or was it around?
It was like the first BOF article I wrote. It had Virgil in it, Marcelo Burlon, Shane Oliver.
It had their group had a different name.
It was called Streetwear's New Guard. I didn't come up with the headline. I can't take credit for the headline.
Right.
I think Vikram.
Sounds like you are.
I'm not. I'm taking credit for the article being mine and then the name coming from that article. Because I think who's the editorial director of BOF and Chantal Fernandez, who I think is another one of the reporters, confirmed it later that she was like, that their name came from like that BOF article.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to retract my slander. Palm Angels is probably worse than I don't know. I wouldn't be. Look, if you put a gun to my head and say wear Palm Angels or wear Marcelo Burlon, I don't know. I don't think Marcelo's
making clothes anymore, is he? I think he's just straight up in the fucking agency game because that's where the money is. You think fucking what is it? You think Shaquille O'Neal makes money? Who signed Shaquille O'Neal's check? That's a Chris Rock line.
No, but okay, all right.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think he's good. He got more money than anyone.
Yeah, he's doing better than us. That's why I'm hating right now because I'm doing so fucking badly. I'm doing a podcast with Jian. I mean, come on.
That's how low you've fallen.
Yeah.
What's up, Jian? We just sent some embarrassing texts about our office budget to a few homies saying they're like, maybe in the new year.
Yeah.
Jian, what's up?
How are you?
Not much. I'm good. Settling into the new digs.
You're in your bathroom.
I'm in my bathroom.
Let's just say you're sitting in the right chair.
I'm on the throne. Watch the throne.
Yeah. This is now you and Aaron Levine have been potting meet me in the bathroom type beat. Like this is like a new, I guess this pod does feel like a hostage situation.
I texted him today for throwing me under the bus for that Prada boot talk.
Oh, word. Oh,
right.
Oh, damn. How many fucking pods did you listen to?
Come on, man. I am a patron, so I got to get
as of 2 hours ago.
Of course.
It's on the corporate card. It's on the corporate card. Nordstrom Finance, if you're listening, yes, Jian's committing fraud.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a work expense. But no, I mean, that's why,
you do your research, with all things.
Came to my defense. he was like, if you buy the right size, they're comfy.
Yeah, but Nick Grant has fucking Shrek feet. Like, he's just thankful that he can find shoes in his size.
I am flat-footed as well, so I'm not really sure, but
I just mean he has gargantuan troll stompers.
Yeah. All I know is they're not as comfortable as the podcast boots that are now no longer available, that are now a true archive status grail piece. So if you got a pair, congratulations. Thank you for your service. You now have the coolest boots that have ever been made that will never be made again. And that's a fact. You can build
unless a wholesaler wants to open up that account.
Right. We should. Again, we'll save that for CC.
The fit check.
Yeah, Jian, I know you got dressed up. Did you? Okay. Two-part question. First part, before we get into the fit check, did you change before you tapped in with us? Be honest.
I threw the hat on.
Oh,
that is the one thing. Yeah, because my hair, the lettuce was all
right. Well, we're not doing video, so I mean, it looks fresh on the sides. I haven't gotten a haircut.
Yeah, barbershops are open.
Shouts to I did see our boy Rob.
Nice.
So shouts to Mildred.
But you didn't do your hair, is what you didn't do it up, is what
I didn't do it up. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you put the hat on. Oh my God! You went top down, bro. Damn.
You kind of. That's entrapment.
That's entrapment. That's 100% entrapment.
You did. You just asked if I changed, and I answered the question.
Are these transitional lenses continuing top down? Are these transitional lenses you're wearing?
No, but I'm not going top down. Come on.
All right.
So you own transitional lenses?
You guys are trying to get me to buy drugs or something. I've seen entrapment.
Drugs.
Okay? That's how it works.
No, this is your brain on Johns, bro. Do you own any transitional lenses?
No, I don't.
Glassesman? Okay.
I mean, I do have the clip-on things that I think James gave me a long time ago.
Randolph Engineering.
When
we went shooting at the Orvis course or whatever.
Yeah, skeet shooting.
Skeeted all of each other's faces.
Who's a better shot?
I think James was pretty nice at skeeting. I think we all sucked. It was like me, you,
from the window to the wall.
It was like me, you, Adrian Brinkley, and like
every time
like Brian Trunzo.
Right. I mean, to date ourselves, that's when we were all wearing shades of gray on Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
Wow, grayish.
So, yeah.
Wait, Gene, can you confirm that Adrian Brinkley is he the James? Is he the Charmeleon or the Charmander in the Producer J evolution?
I don't remember what it's. Jelani, Adrian, Jinx.
Jinx is that?
and one time at La Bump, R.I.P. Dead Bitch, they were all standing next to each other, and that's when you launched like, oh my God, it's Pokemon.
Absurd. And that only happened because Adrian Brinkley, as we've said on mic, that's why I don't have any problem repeating this, is he got very jacked and really took over that middle position. Because a Charmeleon, if you look at him, he's still that's a legit opponent. He's not a Charizard.
Right.
But he's nothing to shake a stick at. And
it's also more that like Jinx is fucking, peak cool guy, shot by Jinx, Joe Budden co-host, whatever. And then Adrian, it's kind of like it's like a trajectory of like professional career as well.
Yes,
that's
absolutely
how I kind of saw it. And also just height.
Yeah, sure. Also that physically and metaphorically.
It's Charmander vibes.
Yeah. Yes.
So are we going to start this fit check or?
Yeah. J is what you get when you start the journey. And you
Jay's
hope to upgrade as soon as possible.
Jay just copped some pearls. Jay just copped the podcast boots.
Yeah. Jay might be a Charmeleon in his own right. Let's give him credit, ladies and gentlemen. Gian, okay. So you want to actually start from the bottom up?
Of course.
Let's do it.
I got the Brother Valley's Greg's on in the count.
Let's see. Can we see? Can you do a little beep beep?
Yeah, hold on.
Obviously not that just for us. I want to see.
He's the
nice.
Oh, the moo moos.
The moo moos.
Are those white and black or white and brown?
They're the white and black. Quite possibly the only time I've been influenced by John Januzzi.
I was gonna say Januzzi has those.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was wearing them. Yeah.
Next to cookies.
Gian, did you know that in Germany? They wear Bostons in the house. Is that why you're wearing them in the house? Because as a good Asian boy, I figured that you wouldn't have any fucking shoes on in the crib.
I do wear these, and I wear the JWs in the house. But I'm going to wear these outside. But they haven't broken the seal yet.
Okay.
So they're still good.
Yeah, exactly.
They're house shoes until they're no longer house shoes, and then they become outdoor shoes.
Exactly. Once they cross that threshold.
Those are expensive.
They're like $400.
I didn't know this until I was like,
because they got the big fucking hardware buckle on the side too.
Diamond belt. It's huge.
Aurora James is my neighbor. I just need a free pair on that neighborly love.
Are they comfortable? Are they good? Do you like them?
I like them. I mean, the upper is not as sturdy as like there's not enough. There's not as much structure, but I don't know if it's because they have like that giant Chrome Hearts belt buckle on it, which is actually kind of fire. I mean, maybe I'll get Chrome to replace it.
Wow,
which would be the next level flex.
Yeah, that's some Angelo shit right there.
That's yeah. I think because people chrome out Burks, but has anyone chromed out the
Brother Versailles?
Brothers? Yeah,
no,
the BVs.
No one's done
BVs, the moo-moos. Damn. Okay. All right. Respect. That's I mean, listen, man.
That's a good shoe.
That's maybe the best shoe that somebody's brought on the show in a minute. Very rare.
Also, too, for Last John, I copped full price. No discount, no float.
Whoa, really? All right. Well, that comes at the end. That comes 3.5 hours from now. Yeah.
You're just gonna do the whole pod now.
Ahead. Sorry.
Do you have sex in them? Do you want to talk meats and cheeks too? Did you fuck in the moo-moos?
Yes.
I
don't know.
The moo-moos stay on during sex.
Correct answer. What pants or shorts do you have on at home?
Old McDonald had a fuck.
5-inch cantaloupe baggies in the melon print.
Hell yeah. Great fucking colorway.
Brains in, brains out.
Yeah, brains in, brains out. What's the deal? Let's just get over with.
Because I actually swim in these sometimes.
Thank you.
Are you wearing panties right now?
Yeah, ex officio boxer briefs. Shouts to Nick Schoenberger for putting me on.
So if you leave the crib and you're wearing baggies, that you keep your brains in, you're doubling down. You're double bagging. You're also wearing underwear.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. We could officially call that double bagging now.
Yeah, that's ours now. You'll hear that on other podcasts 6 to 8 weeks from now.
Right.
That's the throwing fits difference, bitch.
If I'm in the city, I'm not going to like the pool or the beach. Then yeah. Otherwise,
right. I guess that's more of a vacation vibe.
You got to protect the boys.
I don't know. Hanging around the house, I'll go balls on brains at home on a Sunday.
Yeah. People got to get up on ex officio though. Really, really.
Sean, that's your shit, right?
What is it?
Sean was going like this when you dropped their name. Like, is that your shit, chef?
It's the best store at JFK. It's like there's a store there.
Wait, what is it? It's Italian underwear. Like, what is the?
No, it's like it's like a very like Sky Mall type beat. Like your dad used to buy these at like from the catalog type thing.
Is it like Mack Weldon technology type shit or?
Come on, no, dude. If someone like Nick Schoenberger was into it, that means like it's definitely like old trad white guy energy.
Yeah, but when you say the airport, I think of like not sharp image, maybe Brookstone type beat. I just didn't know.
Like Scotch and soda. Shout out the boy El Prez.
Yeah, I didn't know how technically advanced. So what is it? Just normal? It's just good ass underwear. Like what's special about it?
Essentially, it's made for like backpacking. So it's meant so that you could like it's antimicrobial. So it's meant to be washed in like a sink in bottles.
Bro, okay. So this is low key Mack Weldon. That's what I'm saying. That's what all the fucking pod underwear. It's the same thing. If you're underwear and you're sold at the airport, you're advertised on a podcast. You're cut from the same cloth.
Airport, though. I'm just saying, like, I've only bought it at JFK, but they do certainly have.
Why do you buy underwear at JFK? Like, do you forget? Do you not pack your bag like you are planning on shitting yourself?
I was saying once a day. Security?
When you vacation? Yourself? Yeah.
No, you're afraid of all the expensive jobs they're going to fucking manhandle when they lift through your luggage as a minority?
That or the Muji store. And this is...
I guess
it's almost always there.
Muji.
So if you see a store, you have to cop, basically.
Sometimes.
All right.
Is Muji an airport brand? I know they're like ceasing operations in the United States, which is like...
They have a pretty fire store at LaGuardia.
Probably not anymore though, but they were. I just know like by Port Authority was like the main, around the
under the New York Times building. Yeah.
Damn.
There's one here in Williamsburg. All right.
Sorry,
so the panties. Yeah.
Okay.
Panties are ex officio.
And then working our way up,
wrapping up your double bag in your gabagool.
Right.
Of course.
And then you want to do the shirt or the undershirt first? You want to work your way in or out? It's up to you.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The undershirt is the Throwing Fits merch shirt.
Really?
It's on top of my pile of white tees today.
Fuck yeah, dude! So, you free it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
What do you think of the Blankioli?
Yeah,
it's good.
I love Gildan Hammer.
Yeah. Went hammer time with it.
It's like not too thick, and it hasn't, not that I dry my tees, but
you don't at all.
You hang dry every fucking t-shirt.
How many tees is that? It's like 1 million t-shirts.
I'm not washing all my tees at once, though.
I know, but
how many times do you laundry a month?
A month?
You wear a lot of clothes.
3 to 4.
Yeah, once a week. Well, Like, I guess I'm every other week probably.
Yeah, I'm once every 2 weeks, and that's with towels, that's with sheets and everything.
I let my underwear supply dwindle all the way to an unacceptable. Like I don't want to wear shit that maybe I'm hanging on to that maybe doesn't fit as well.
But to do it once a week with air drying your shit or hang drying your shit, like that's kind of a whole operation. Like once a week, your apartment is just fucking flooded with just sheetery.
Well, do you have a dryer rack? That's because
but I actually have to when I have to air dry, I use 2.
Yeah, and then you fold them up and then put them away. Like it's an. I guess step,
I mean that Nordstrom check be hitting different. I guess you ain't getting that podcast money.
Started doing laundry.
Exactly.
Now, finally, I'm in a tax bracket where I can do laundry once a week. I can't wait.
I have the luxury of sleeping while my laundry dries in front of the window. Like, okay.
Well, I'm happy to know that we were on top of the clean teas for today. That's like, what's the meme? The minion or the bob for today? It's like the throwing fits of the minion for today. We got it, bro. I'm happy.
For the sunspell today.
Nice. And then what's you already spoiled this for us because we were commenting on how good it looks on Zoom.
Noah Autumn's Bloom button down shirt.
Is Ivy back? Because people were talking about Prep being back, but it really feels like Ivy is what's back. That's how I see it.
Did it ever go away?
Thank you. That's why you're the fucking, what is your job? Your men's fashion director or whatever?
Fashion editorial director.
He puts the "der" in director.
Got it.
Forgot that one.
You can't do that one anymore.
That was a Nick Grant one. That was Nick Grant.
Really?
Can't recycle jokes.
I will say, can I just, Jian, if you don't mind me taking the shine away from you for 1 second, I'd like to give my man Jimmy props. He's been going to Hammerstein Ballroom with the intros. Normally, I feel like the energy you were bringing, at least for a while there, was like, oh, I did this 3 seconds before it was due type beat. But now it feels
and
like
this week, Lawrence, thank you for not doing some really amazing podcasting and halting the entire flow of the show to analyze a joke for like 4 minutes and really kind of like parse it and like
people
pick it apart. That's cool. Yeah, no, we're a joke.
Really like
we're a joke analysis podcast. That's what we do.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Reading of jokes.
Yeah.
How many patterns are on the shirt?
Bastard degree to good use.
Exactly. How many patterns are on the shirt? 4, 5, 6?
4, 5.
How many shirts are on this shirt?
It's like 4. I don't know. It's literally like. I love Brendan Babinzine because he's just so transparent. Because I'm like, oh, that's a cool shirt. He's like, yeah, it's like old school Comme des Garçons. And I'm like, yeah.
That's exactly. Damn. That's cool. That's cool that he's loose with this reference. It's also very cool of you to like sneakily sneak in that you just like text with Brendan. That's pretty.
No, he was at the store because he was just at the, he's
mask on.
The business owner. He's business owner.
Mask on.
So yeah, mask on.
All right.
That would look real good with your Noah white suit, exclusively available at Nordstrom Men.
That's correct. Yeah.
That is a great white suit. I would like to amend some of my constructive criticism about getting free product, but I guess I could do that in the run of show. Gian, what's the hat? The hat that you put on for us. Let's close this up.
Nepenthes New Era Yankees.
Nice.
What makes it Nepenthes-y?
It's the tonal navy on navy, and it's like a version of the Yankees logo. And there's instead of like the MLB logo, it's the N on the back. I think this is like one of Angelo's last joints.
That's sick.
Shouts to the God.
Damn, what a fucking legend. Oh yeah, what shades do you wear? Or spectacles rather. Moscot. Have you always been a Moscot man?
No, I've wanted to be a Moscotman. I am a glassesman. But
a lensman.
I have
Moscato.
A lens crafter.
A lens craftsman, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, Chuck.
I did get the prescription at Lens Crafters before my high sobriety.
You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee you.
You're gonna like the way you see.
I think look also works.
That's the joke. God damn it. See, James, this is why listen, as a comedy podcast, first and foremost, as professional comedians.
But Chuck's is better because Chuck's was
anything else.
Chuck's, all you did was you took a existing slogan and applied it to someone else with the pun built in. Chuck tweaked it to make it even more absurd and like on our level. That's
Gian
joke analysis.
Gian, hashtag Gian pun is a thing. Yeah, comedy is about insight. Thank you, Jeff. No, Gian's the pun master. He understood what I was trying to do there. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway.
All right, Gian. Well, you know what we're trying to do, and we're trying to fucking get up in that ass in Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters. And as you know, because you just started listening to us today, the three main subjects of this podcast are money. Lawrence.
Ka-ching. Sorry, I was drinking water.
Meats and cheeks.
Sucking and fucking.
And most importantly, Jimmy, Larry, the goddamn motherfucking boys, ourselves.
Yeah.
We're going to start with ourselves.
Your close personal celebrity friends.
We're going to start with ourselves. That's most important. And then we'll get to you like an hour, 2 or 3. So HR department, tune out and come back in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about ourselves. But, you just started a new job at Nordstrom as men's fashion editorial directors. We put in that big fire intro. Why haven't you approached us to partner up yet?
Yeah.
Because, man, I'm still getting the lay of the land. Don't act like I'm not trying.
We're a guaranteed slam dunk to bring on day one, though. You bring your best ideas on day one. That's us.
Day one, you fucking come in, you punch Red Godfrey in the face, like the biggest dog in the prison, and you say, "Hey, I got $1 billion blue sky idea. These throwing fits guys are fucking murdering it. Let's bring them in the fucking to the rodeo."
You roll out the Rolodex and you say Virgil Abloh. Nope. Jerry Lorenzo. Ha. Jimmy and Larry. And you get fired immediately.
I kind of want to keep this job, guys.
Sure.
So
Gotcha.
But when are you gonna approach us? Because we're open
where
for
do you
business.
see us working in? Like, where you see us coming in? Like month 4? You let us know.
I think there's definitely some projects that, but I'll be dead ass. Like straight up, Sam Lobbin, the god, the SVP of fashion and
that
design.
cheeky fucking Brit.
Cheeky fucking geezer, mate.
Literally, my first week, he's like, "What do you think about doing something with throwing fits, guys?" And I'm like,
Genius. Say less. Sam, bang our line.
I mean, James, you've been in the corporate structure. These things take time.
It's true. It's true. Approvals, budgets, legal, finance.
Damn, red tape is the new black.
It's not a matter of if; it's just a matter of when.
When is Sam? I miss Sam. I want to have cheeky fucking pints with that geezer. And I found myself in the same town as him randomly over the summer, but I had a very busy schedule visiting some homies in Rhode Island. But he's like, "Yo, mate, I'm in fucking Newport Beach, mate." But we couldn't.
Are you Australian now?
Yeah, he's not from Australia,
mate.
Right. Okay, so where were you going with that, James? Besides saying you went on vacation in Rhode Island?
I'm going into the next question, which is like, what is this job, Jian? Like, you've been there 3-4 weeks, but like, what exactly is? They created this job for you.
That's job creation for a minority.
You only get your jobs custom. You only get your jobs custom.
Damn.
What is this job?
It was 2 jobs that they merged into one.
Okay.
So you're getting paid you're getting paid as one person to do 2 jobs. So you are terrible at negotiating.
So you're telling me that a POC is overworked and underpaid in fashion? What a fucking surprise.
Look, when I give you guys the whole backstory about the whole transition process, you'll understand how I've always worn multiple hats. But no, this job used to be 2 jobs in many ways. And I think what a traditional fashion director does and what I'm certainly doing isn't on like the Bruce Pass type beat, I'm certainly doing a lot.
You put your arms through. You put your arms through the sleeves.
Yeah,
I wear my jackets.
You put your jacket on just like
one arm at a time,
like the rest of us. Yeah.
But traditionally, a fashion director would do so much more in terms of like setting, the actual direction. Here's like the brands and overseeing the buying teams. But it's 2020, and most guys already have that idea of what that is, and it's like they're listening to this podcast, for example.
Yeah, it's Arpagachi and Kamakura, bitch. That's it.
But yeah, like I think you and I, both know that menswear is like a super dynamic conversation now. And so in looking at what waves are happening and how to really synthesize that in a way that speaks to both what's happening at one end of the spectrum to, the finance dude who just bought his like 2nd or 3rd Patagonia vest. It's like, how do you sort of speak to that entire customer in a way that makes sense for how men shop today?
So how are you, Jian DeLeon, one man crusade? How are you going to save retail, and how closely are your PR and HR departments listening to this right now?
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I'm working with a team of people that are 100% smarter than I am in many ways. And
don't gaslight yourself. You're a smart guy.
You're a fucking nerd, dude.
What do you get on the SATs?
I don't know, like a 15 something or something.
It's better than Lawrence. Worse
15,
than me.
Well, you can't just say 15 something. That seems
1500.
What was a perfect score is like 1600?
1600.
Yeah, Darius Miles got that in The Perfect Score.
So definitely
the documentary, The Perfect Score. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it was My Life, right? Is that the one where they steal the cheat codes?
Chris Evans, Captain America. People forget he's a war criminal. He committed a felony against.
It was that
he committed against the college advisory.
He was the OG Lori Loughlin or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, right.
As far as how I'm going to say retail, I mean, look, like retail's not in the best place. Nordstrom's certainly not immune to that, but look. They're smart and they know what they're doing. And I think the opportunity is how do I sort of help them win in areas they haven't traditionally tried to win in before.
So not even so exploring or diving into places where they've never even explored before.
Right. Because frankly, everyone on this podcast knows that the fashion industry, like newsflash, the men's side is not what makes money. It's
no, sir.
Menswear.
It's
bags
the men's business
and t-shirts
for so long has been predicated on tailoring. And it's like, when's the last time anybody here wore a suit? So it's just speaking to a more casual conversation. And frankly, let's sell more baggies. Let's sell more hoodies. Let's sell some Terex. Let's get some dudes in some nice retro X fleeces. You
pay attention like more than anyone, I feel like, to this entire space. What are some things that drew you to Nordstrom? Like what were they doing exceptionally already or like different from other people?
I mean, honestly, what drew me to it is people have no idea really what like the Nordstrom brand stands for other than service and people. And I think, in the age of the quote unquote reluctant capitalist, shouts to like Jonah Weiner and the sort of fan base he describes for menswear today, right? It's like, it's rare to find a corporation that you feel like actually cares about the success of the individuals in it. And to me, that was it. And to work with someone like Sam, who certainly I respect and I admire. And I haven't met her or worked with her directly, but Olivia Kim, who's done amazing stuff on the women's side and is an Asian American woman who's killing it. And in many ways is also someone I look up to. It's like, okay, dope. So certainly they've put people in positions of power that, one, are diverse, because I think that's something I should also mention is like the e-board is actually more diverse than a lot of other places. And there's a lot of women in positions of power within the company too, which I think is important.
And the latitude they gave Sam with menswear, I think was very surprising, and also like the fact that
game changing in a way, especially when it worked.
Because it is true, like menswear is not the moneymaker, right? And yet they gave him a whole fucking annual calendar and concept and space and money to do it all.
And I think it's great that, and 100%, like this is not me drinking the Kool-Aid. This is just like part of the calculated decision I made to join. I'm like, what other retailer would work with a union? Off the strength and just be like, all right, we want to do something with you, but we want to do it in a way that you guys want to do it. Or like, look what else they like the archive fashion that they did. Like the thing that I'll say about Nordstrom is like, listen, whether or not like it's hitting a bullseye for you, they are one of the few major retailers that clearly give a shit about menswear. And as a fan of men's clothing, that it should be very interesting, and that, if anything, should check like basically every box that needs to be checked. If I'm someone listening to this pod who doesn't really check for Nordstrom, like check out Nordstrom Men's. And that's the main
Beams
problem,
Plus thing they did, where I don't know if that's where you got this shirt, but the Beams Plus activation, like the whole the once a month calendar
Noah.
that what. Oh, sorry,
Noah. But they also, you guys worked with.
They did a Beams Plus
thing, Noah, Beams, Archive Fashion,
Entire World,
Union, Entire World. Like those pop-ups are fucking crazy
for sure. And there's a lot more fire ones in the pipeline. Shasta Sam, Richard, Jacqueline, that whole team. And really, that's the part of the job that the storytelling and editorial aspect comes in. Right? Is like, how do I make Nordstrom something more than I didn't know they had that store. Which is
you come on the only podcast that matters. That's how you do it. Like your job's done. You can fucking retire. Like,
You're welcome.
Just get a Viking funeral and get your severance.
The check's in the mail, guys.
Are you shook? So. Are you shook at all the other big department stores that are closing or like downsizing? Because Nordstrom is kind of the one that is like really weathered the storm so far.
There's a reason why Nordstrom is surviving for sure, and I think. At the end of the day, most people don't think about it like this, but it's a family business. Like the top two dogs in the company, their last names are Nordstrom. And I think that also means something, because it means like, on Nike, like Phil Knight still being involved to that level. I mean, and we know this, we worked for Complex, right? And I think when we were there, something, I forget who it was. It might have been Brent Rollins or one of the GOATs that we worked with. That was just like, whenever you work for any company, whoever the founders are, you're forever linked to whatever legacy they leave behind. Right. And so for Complex, it's we're forever linked to like whatever Mark Echo. Right.
Yep.
And so the fact that, you know,
king in his castle
are still like the kings of that castle, you know, it's like,
I meant the literal castle in New Jersey.
Yeah. I thought he sold it.
Well, he's intrinsically linked to his castle, Jian. I don't know what to tell you.
He's linked to that castle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, it's, even though it's a corporation, it's in many ways still a family business, which I think is kind of dope as well.
It sounds like you kind of, when your main purviews is just like content in the most general sense of the word. Am I wrong? No. What's an example of like some fire in-house content being done? Because from where we're sitting, it is few and far between, and you are a contentsman. Like, if anyone's going to fucking do it, it's you. But like outside of Nordstrom, like what are you seeing that is kind of, tickling your pickle?
I mean, honestly, it's Hidden, it's Samotaro, it's Substacks. You know,
Zooters?
I talked about this before.
You're a fan of you and I. We support Zooters everywhere.
Of course, 100%. I mean, because honestly, and I think somebody else talked about this.
You know what's crazy? Wait, Jian, can I just interrupt for 1 second? You know what's crazy? In about 3 minutes, this Noah shirt is going to be on How to Talk to Girls at Parties too.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
The big budget sequel, baby. Hey, listen, man. I believe that good taste should be completely democratized. And I'm not here to gatekeep, unlike 100%. Horny Jimmy in his little ivory tower determining what is or isn't available
post
to
on your
the
main.
Unwashed masses. I would never be that
So post
guy.
on your main. Post Jian's shirt on your main.
No, you got to pay for that, bro.
He's not trying to lose followers.
Yeah, it's sacred ground, bro. It's sacred
ground. Jian, who's doing it right besides the Zooters?
Yeah.
So define the Zooters.
The Zoot
Hidden, Samotaro, very advanced. The Zoot borders.
Samotaro-san.
Like the
Also, I wouldn't say that Samotaro's a Zooter.
Yes, he is.
Sam, though. No, because he actually adds context.
Shout out Sam. No, I understand. Okay,
we used to work together at WGSN. Do you know this?
Yes.
Chuck, what were you going to say, Chuck?
So does Jordan. I mean, it was very advanced.
Very advanced also.
No, okay. That's fair.
I was a snob, right? And you guys talk shit about this all day. Is like, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain type beat.
Right.
Wherein like what once was like this niche anti-mainstream media publication, like Hypebeast, High Snob, Freshness, that whole ilk, all of a sudden now has so much skin in the game that, can't be as connected.
Too much skin, over leverage. Once 100%. You have to fucking sell product too,
or host
everything changes, guys. Everything changes.
And so, once you become beholden to advertisers and
like, it's crazy how like, if you wanted to put out a list of like, the 50 most quality brands and like 85% of them are advertisers, like that's crazy.
Right. It's crazy. But I do think like blogs have come back in the form. Is that a shot at GQ?
What?
Didn't they just do that?
Huh?
I love what GQ's doing, by the way, but shouts to Chris and Noah, Will, and that whole stuff.
Yo, do you think blogs are ever going to come back? Because you are literally the fucking Baron of blog life.
Well, they're coming back in a different format.
In a different format.
They're coming on a different platform. Excuse me.
Newsletters, Zoosletters, Zoot boards, Zootstacks. Yeah.
Anyone Instagram is the new blog platform,
Right. Well, the point here is the reason
even though the Brilliant still certainly update.
The reason that Zoot Borders exist or that we exist is because the media has failed to some degree.
100%.
Specifically the men's fashion. Like that's what we're like. That's why even like Jian could go to Nordstrom and create content at like, even though there's a fucking bottom line and there's product to move, it's almost like things are coming around where like you could almost trust the new SpawnCon more than you can trust the fucking SpawnCon that's pretending to be anything but that.
Right. It's so insidious now, right? It's like who do people actually listen to?
So is that your challenge? Kind of like what's been put to you, Jian, is like, how do we sell product or how do we kind of like do content and storytelling that also integrates the content, the product that we are ultimately trying to sell in a way that is like transparently like, yes, look, like we have to sell clothes, like we are a department store, but we're going to do it in a way that is maybe more 21st century than like sponsored content or
what's more 21st century than selling something beyond a product, right? It's communicating your values. It's being transparent about, what you fuck with, what you don't fuck with.
Are you going to start a podcast?
Yeah, that was good. That was bars. That felt like a Christopher Nolan movie.
I am a retired
tagline.
podcaster. I can proudly say that.
Oh yeah.
So you're welcome for lessening the competition.
Oh please,
yes.
Yeah, thanks.
One by one.
We're coming for all you motherfuckers.
Because we're a bulldozer
with a wrecking ball attached.
But maybe, I don't know, with the Dropcast, Noah is still carrying on that legacy. Shouts to him.
Salute Noah.
Shouts to, a black
that is a lens crafter right there.
In a world of not a lot. Yeah.
That man is a lens crafter of the highest ilk. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
He's carrying the torch. He's doing his thing. So I do want to.
But so are we going to start seeing like a Nordstrom powered like Substack or Zood board, or kind of like, I mean, honestly, what's the coolest thing to me is when, for example, Union, they're not pushing just what's in their store. Mm-hmm. They are just trying to become a cultural force. And like they posted they were huge supporters of our podcast booth. Shout out, Dickie Brooks. But like, they're like, yo, the boys are just made a fucking boot. And like, we're not sold in the Union yet, but like, they're like, yo, this is like a big deal that a fucking, podcast dropped a sick boot.
It's a play about authenticity in your taste level and your POV and your voice, so that people fucking know that when it comes to the things that you're trying to sell them, whether it's from you directly or someone else, that like, that's just good shit, end of story, bottom line, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what Nordstrom kind of has all the awesome shit we talked about. Yes, right. Obviously, Nordstrom is facilitating those sales, but like those partners didn't feel like money grab. Right? That isn't a collab just for the sake of collabing, or a pop-up just for the sake of pop-up, like that I think like your hire to me just proved that, they are putting their money where their mouth is, right? They're about it. The content is only going to obviously get better.
They have the source material with like the buys and the activations, everything. And now they just need to kind of communicate in ways that like make sense. That sounds like it's your job.
It's like they want to synthesize the good stuff that they've been doing, right? And they've been doing the work. They're going to continue doing the work, not just like in terms of the brand buys and like the selection, but also with like the corporate social responsibility angle too. And this is stuff they've been doing forever, And it's like Bruce Nordstrom, R.I.P., like literally wrote a book called These Things Better Than When You Found It. And like that's Bruce how I see, whatever you want to call this whole weird culture thing, right? It's like, I forget what episode it was that you guys were talking about legacy and people being.
Was it with Yoakum from Our Legacy?
Yeah, was it Our Legace?
Maybe it was Our Legace.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think as people think about what legace they're going to leave, I think ultimately, not to get to like Jacques Rousseau about believing. People are like inherently good, but I think it is tying that sort of legacy of service that Nordstrom has with this idea that
putting a bow on it, baby.
You can, exactly. You can.
Also, I don't think people realize how big Nordstrom is in terms of just like general fucking traffic and email lists. And is this episode gonna be on the Nordstrom email blast?
Are we getting blasted out, doggy?
You gonna blast us out?
I'll definitely let people know when it's live.
All right. Why don't I'm going to delete the run of show and be like, Jian, tell me more about these great brands at Nordstrom.
Yeah, just let us know when you're finna bust, dude.
Dude, I can't promise we're going to play it in every store.
We've got ideas that are even better than that,
bro.
Dude.
Yeah, come on. Don't worry about that. Yo, speaking of weird culture shit, what was your first day fit, and did anyone complain to HR about it?
Yeah.
First day fit. I mean, dude, honestly, this is like the weirdest time to be starting a new job because it's like, the headquarters in Seattle. Normally I would be onboarded there, and it's just been 90% on online.
Did you go to Seattle at all or no?
No. Honestly, I haven't been on a plane since like the last time I was not in New York was when I was at All-Star Weekend.
Some of your coworkers though, like Sam, obviously.
Of course.
I mean, how many do you know? Like because when you were like a proper fashion editor, like you were writing about Nordstrom, liaising and talking to them about all the cool stuff that they were doing that we've like talked about a lot already. Like how many people do you know on your team?
I know a fair amount of people within the company already, which is nice. It certainly like helps. And I've actually gone to the New York office, which is like near the stores uptown. So that certainly helps. Great
restaurant. Wolf and something.
Yeah, all the restaurants are really good.
Fire.
The French tip, amazing.
And here's the thing, little life hack. You can drink they will serve you drinks in the Nordstrom as you're shopping for free, I want to say.
Really? Tell me more.
Jian, am I wrong?
I can't confirm that. I've only paid.
So you can get wasted while like shopping and like, make regrettable, impulse buys and shit. Or not regrettable because, Nordstrom is gas.
Not regrettable, but definitely drunk.
Have you found your office bestie yet? Like, or is it too weird? Are you just zooming all day?
Yeah, I mean, let me think of, because you asked what my first day fit was. I know that I definitely, I can tell you the first stuff I bought on my discount once that hit, because I wasn't lying in my caption when I said it's over for y'all once my discount hits.
Did you have things in your cart already, ready to go, just waiting for the contract to be signed and the discount to hit?
1,000%. I was as long as soon as my discount hits, I am buying.
One of us.
The code is just Jian1. You're like, oh fuck.
Exactly.
I didn't need this job. I could have guessed that.
I bought it in store too, which is nice. But let's see, I got a Dior Stussy sweater.
Nice.
So they did that insane knit. Sean Stussy hand drew the pattern, and I did this Instagram post about it. How it was crazy that they took this drawing, turned it into this insanely crazy knit. And dude, we had the Matthew Williams. I think we still have it online. Slight plug. But it's a good deal. It's the Matthew Williams Stussy collab.
The denim stuff, the denim capsule. That stuff is
the full set. It's it would have been $1,200. I think now it's down to $244 or something.
Damn. What?
So
what?
Peep that online.
Say less, man.
Because that honestly, it's a fire denim suit, and it's Loro Piana, California cotton. It's really good.
How many people? How many people report to you?
It's weird because technically no one reports.
So none.
To me.
So
zero.
None.
So you have no one, no direct reports.
I have a lot of people that I work cross-functionally. # corporate term.
XC, baby.
There was a recent corporate organization that brought me on. So it's there's certainly people, I guess, I don't know, man. I don't want to say they're more junior, but because everybody literally has been there longer than me. So there's certainly people I work with that report to somebody else, but essentially do a lot of helping me out.
What's your management style though? Are you the cool boss? Oh, don't worry about it. No, and then you're there until 10 p.m. doing it yourself, or
this man pulls up a chair, flips it around, fucking sits down and has the hard conversations. You know what I'm saying?
I do a Captain America war criminal style. Sitting backwards on the chair, talking about let's
your cakes.
No, I think player coach is my style.
Wow, player coach.
That's accurate. All right, Jian, I have a super important question for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're the fucking Pete Rose of this shit. Charlie Hustle. I have a very important question. Very important question. I'm sure they asked you this, or you had to write out a full fucking, deck strategic plan on this one question when you applied for the job. What is Nordstrom's TikTok strategy?
I mean, I know that there's a strategy for Reels, but is anybody going to be able to post a TikTok in the coming times?
Well, you better download it. Yeah, no, you can.
We can only hope.
Post, yeah,
no. The answer is no.
I have it, but yeah, it's
Reels is ass though.
Look,
yeah, but you got to create the TikTok and just post it as a reel, and Instagram will push that for you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a real TikTok strategy because there's no Nordstroms in China. We have Canada.
Are you trying to tap into new audiences? Is that kind of something that's on your plate? How do we
Zoomers?
Get the young, the Zoomers and the youths?
Oh, 100%.
You get the Zoomers zooming.
So
and I think we can do that through social and possibly Reels. But you going
to help with social TikTok at all? Is that part of the
quagmire right now?
Are you going to be involved in social at all? Is that part of the JD, the job description?
100%. Okay. That's part of what I want to do first. We were talking about who does good editorial, and it's really the question is who does good social,
right?
Especially if you're a brand. It's 100% social now. Who goes to Essence for the articles? I go for the articles second, which are amazing articles. Same with Mr. Porter and the Journal. Shouts to
I go to Essence to laugh at the styling.
Yeah, definitely. That's the best thing.
This guy's taking a shit. Models wearing a size M sitting down on the toilet, just like you, Jian.
No, I think it's typically this guy looks like shit because the pieces are fire, but somehow every fit is bad. I don't get it. It's almost like we've said it before. It is an art in and of itself to make the styling that uniformly, absolutely garbaggio. Salute to Essence.
Sense.
Yeah.
Sense. Yeah.
When they do have a good sale, I will say that.
Oh, the best sale.
That sale's on 10 months out of the year. It's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shouts the sale season.
Well, here's a swing and a miss on your part. Not to kind of critique your job, but if you wanted to tap into a new audience and like create audience share, why didn't Nordstrom carry the podcast boots?
I don't know.
It's a fucking layup right there.
Look. Also, how do you wholesale something that's pre-ordered?
You
buy a lot of them.
Yeah, you buy a lot of them. You pre-order.
You corner the market.
Doesn't that like defeat the whole purpose of you guys doing the pre-order model?
No, because that puts more money in our pocket, Jian.
We're still the sustainable heroes. If we do pre-order, we're still sustainable and saving the earth and Greta Thunberg type shit. But
the blood is on your hands and the money is in our pockets, and that's the way that we would prefer it work out if possible.
Maybe
it's ideal to be
like
frank.
A trunk show model, and then actually have you guys selling the.
What did you think objectively? You're this big time fucking fashion director, editorial director, two-headed monster, goat in the game per Virgil Abloh. What was your review of the podcast boots?
The podcast boots are strong. I told you the first reaction was you have to change your icon to a hand-drawn illustration of the podcast boots to really bring things full circle.
Bring it all back from the LLB, and we've upgraded.
The Chelsea Duck boots, the Chuck boots.
The Chuck boots, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's a very strong from Nordstrom men's fashion and editorial director, Jian DeLeon.
We couldn't put you on Flow Team because there were other like competing retail interests.
I was going to ask how messed up that was because I gave you the Mule Boys DMA collab.
Oh, you did.
Here's all I'm going to say.
For many things.
Here's all I'm going to say. The seating list from, big collab number 1, it's going to see some major changes.
Renovations across the whole thing, bro.
Come wintertime. Like we're going to fucking, shake the lineup up. There's going to be some major renovations, like a gut reno.
Yeah. Okay. There were some A-listers that we it's a Hail Mary. You don't begrudge, our close personal celebrity friends. They get a lot of stuff. They might not even discover the boot till next week amidst the pile of Johns.
And their assistants might have run off with the fucking gold, like they might have gone straight to StockX.
Ran off on the plug. You never know.
StockX right now?
Probably selling for like $8,000 or whatever.
But with that said, there was a couple bitch asses in our midst that unfortunately did not want to play ball, are not classy, above board individuals like us. So don't worry, my boy, you're back on that list. All conflicting retail interests aside, who gives a shit? You're worthy. There's some other people out here, they don't get it, bro.
I appreciate being on Backup Flow Team the same way I was this week's backup guest.
You were going to be next week's primary guest, and then Chris Green canceled on us like a fucking
Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
So you asked yourself, who else is from Virginia and works at a store originally from Seattle?
And has tattoos also, and works in men's fashion. Yeah.
All right, Jian, last question on Nordstrom before we get into the man, the myth, the legend. What do you want to see more of, like, just generally speaking, in the retail landscape? Because again, you're a student of the fucking game. Like, you see everything. You're the Foucault panopticon of this shit. Like, what do you want to see more of in retail generally?
I mean, I think it's just for me, it's like having fun. I love stores. I pretty much grew up in stores. Like my earliest memories.
Like I love New York tea, but it's just I love stores.
No, I mean, you guys know I'm a terrible shopping addict. But like literally the earliest memories I had,
capitalist
like
pig, you're scum.
Were like going to Shoe Mart or SM, which is like now a huge mega mall in the Philippines. Yeah. And it's like on some like Sunday shopping type shit, and like some of the earliest memories I have.
So how do we have more fun? Make retail fun again? Like how do we have more fun?
Make retail fun again. I mean, dude, it's like, people come in the stores. It's a bit of a ritual, right? It's like what Noah's done. It's what 18 East has done. It's just like, how do you make, because men generally don't shop. Men buy, right? It's like, it's like Blackbird's 5.5 beat, just very like precision airstrike.
Obama drone strike.
Right.
You drone strike sales season like fucking Obama in his second term, baby.
The John is an Afghani child and just fucking go in there and just bang.
Exactly.
Boom.
But, speaking of 18 East, it's like, shouts to DeLeon. We traded pants on Saturday because we both got the Carpenters.
Like soccer players?
Like soccer
Jersey
players.
exchange?
No, but this is what happens, right?
Jersey swap?
Yeah, jersey swap.
Game worns?
Pitch men?
Game worns. Not game worns, but it's like, it's not like you can get, you can exchange sizes there because everything's sold out. So he got the XL, washed his. I had like the L and the naturals and haven't washed them. So we just traded, and like that top block is kind of weird for depending on like your body type. So the XLs just fit B better, especially when they shrank. Because I feel like Antonio only cuts his pants really to like an XL. Like XL is the only real size, and the other sizes are just kind of like not real sizes.
How do you make? Because I think a lot of it is like size, to be honest. Like, you know, you mentioned these places that are relatively small because they're manageable and like not intimidating, but with the really gigantic store, like how do you make shit fun in such a huge space?
I mean, I think it's, you know, I will say the designer buy, shouts to Corey who oversees a lot of that, and Richard who sees some of the emerging designers. Dude, it's like coming in and just being able to chop it up with, you know, the stylists that work in the store. It's like, it's in the same way that like
with knowledgeable sales associates.
Exactly. It's just
are you going to be in the trenches? Like if people come to the shop uptown or midtown, are they going to see you?
If they see me, sure. I'm still not used to that though. It's like people will.
How often does that happen?
It literally happened to 18 East. I think his name was Alex.
Well, that's because that's like, you know, you're asking for it if you walk into a fucking, you know, store, a brand of that size.
I don't want to say I get weirded out, but it's always like interesting because I don't think I'm anybody, you know? So it's like interesting to me when it happens, and I'm like down to chop it up, and I'll certainly talk shop with anybody. So
I mean, listen, if there's anything we can say about you, it's that you love to talk shop, dude.
Yeah.
You absolutely.
So be careful. Never meet
talking shop, baby.
All right, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You pay me and Lawrence to just spend office hours at Nordstrom Men's, and we just chill there. And like, if people want to come talk to us or murder us or suck our dicks, just like come to the store.
We'll get them in the door, dude. As far as converting those transactions, we'll leave that to you guys. But as far as putting asses in seats, we do that. Just saying.
What about some shit? What about some shit, Jian, that like you think is kind of unnecessary but endemic in retail? Like you see it everywhere, you just don't think it's the future, or you think it's just some dinosaur shit?
I mean, look, there's a lot of parallels between the content game and the retail game, right? And it's like, you know, it's similar to the notion that I think we all know that Nike's not a company built on Virgil shoes and Tom Sachs collaborations. It's a company built on Roshes and Monarchs.
Yeah, they're built different.
I think it's, you know, this kind of practice of, and I say this a lot, it's like sort of like tricking kids into eating their vegetables, whereas like you don't have to work hard to really sell the things that you know are going to like fly and help pay the bills. How that applied to content was like, if Kylie Jenner sneezed, or, you know, I mean, we were a complex. If Kanye did anything, if he farted in the general direction of Adidas, we just knew we were going to eat that day, content-wise. So, you know, and it's like, how do we actually champion the stuff that we would rather build awareness around, and sort of ride that balance? So I think, you know, that's just business in general. That's capitalism in general, and that's how it's always been, right?
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that the quandary of it all? Is like, no, like it's lowest common denominator wins. Like you're gonna get the most attention, eyeballs, and dollars with Kylie Jenner drops new skincare line, or whatever. Kanye West farts on camera.
But think about how much more valuable a dude like Jian, who not just even 5 minutes ago said that some of his fondest memories as a child were shopping. That is real fucking late stage capitalism, dude. 100%. We need to mold a new generation to think like that. Fuck clickbait. We are going to get John's enthusiasm and addiction into the fucking fibers of your DNA. That's what we're going to do. And we will have the last DNA. Laugh. And that's the Nordstrom Men's promise. We will ruin your life at a core fundamental level.
We will alter your genome structure.
Well, you know, I think it's not just necessarily about going in and shopping, right? It's developing a real connection to the idea of like, you know, what the store represents and what they're selling. And
that connection, right, is not about like the actual products and the act of making the transaction. And like, because James and I joke about that, like that serotonin rush and chasing that feeling, but it actually truly is about the emotional connection that you can make with other people in that community, that you can make with the narratives that exist within that community. So it is so much more. I mean, it's just about like getting to that point. You know,
are you wearing the 316 bandana, Lawrence?
Yes.
a solid one.
Thanks.
That's the thing. It's like it's knowing that, right? It's like being able to go on a 360. It's Wayne's World. It's Wayne's World.
I see what you
She will be mine, right? It's like really building that community around the shop experience. And to me, that's where menswear is at 100%.
You know what? These stores that you mentioned, real quick. So life hack, when you travel, I think that if you want to know like what the best restaurants and bars and shit to do is you go to the
coolest
stores, and you become homies with the shop boys and shop girls there, and then you get their recommendations. And like every store you talked about, like you can go in there and be like, yo, what do you think of what's like a good wine bar? Where should I get a bite around here? And they'll know. Like, is that something that like, and that's like stocking or staffing the physical space with like representatives or ambassadors that are truly like about it. Like, is that something that you guys want to do or have been doing?
I mean, I will say like everyone that works at the Nordstrom men's store, from what I've seen and who I've talked to, they're 100% cooler than me.
One of them recognized me when I worked at Def Jam.
Oh, so then he's cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
that guy, he knows about us.
Yeah, he should be VP actually. He should be your boss.
That bought the podcast boots, that
maybe. He should be your boss.
He should be,
I'm calling. I have your HR and PR people on email.
That's great.
So we'll get that. We'll get cracking on that.
But 100%. It's like, those people are on the front lines. Thank you for your service. And they definitely know what they're talking about. And I think we've done a really good job in staffing that shop with people who like are all about products and are certainly contributing to elevating like what people think about in terms of, how they think of Nordstrom. So,
all right, let's stop talking about Nordstrom for a second. Let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Jian DeLeon.
Jian DeLeon.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, is that how it's pronounced?
No, it's. Did we go over this? How like how it began? It's like a portmanteau of Jonathan and Ian.
Really? Did not know.
Yeah, my parents wanted to name me Jonathan Ian Joseph, and then they just cut the Jonathan and then just made it.
If your name was just Jonathan Ian, that would be like a very cool
Jonathan
TikTok Zoomer influencer name.
Right.
John Ian. Welcome to the John Ian house.
Jonathan is not a bad name.
It's your boy John Ian. Yo, what up with your boy John Ian? Here at the fucking swag house. You know, that's what I think of that.
So Lawrence and I, like, we were talking about this. It's like, yo, who, like, no one on planet Earth is having a good 2020 except for Jian DeLeon. Yeah. You're on such a run of amazing things happening to you personally, professionally, sexually, I assume. Like, it's crazy, right? Like the Virgil stuff, which we'll talk about, this amazing job that you're clearly very stoked on and doing good shit with. It's an unprecedented run of just achievement after achievement after achievement. How worried are you about how hard the downfall is going to be once this hot streak ends? Because like it's going to happen, and you're going to stumble and bumble.
Right
hard.
now, it's dizzying highs, but there's also terrifying lows. That's the other side of that coin. So like, when is it going to flip?
The lows are there, man. Like, that's the stuff I don't talk about. I think, what I will say, the most exciting part about being in this role and being where I was previously is like, I'm finally in a place where, I feel like my immigrant parents can like be like, oh, he's good,
Oh, fuck. I had a question there. Now that you're no longer working for a blog, or your immigrant parents finally like proud of you?
Yes and no. I mean, dude, it's sad because that's what I was getting at. You're talking about how having a good year, how I was having a good year, but like my parents have like, they were diagnosed with Parkinson's. So they're like entering, that full stage care like phase. And, certainly that's been difficult to deal with, but thankfully, like I have a good support system, but, obviously I had to raise, and it's like, in addition to being able to finally make family money, it's like, I feel like that's like the sacrifice fulfilled in a way.
Right.
Whereas like
it's poetic to some degree
where I can finally actually give back to them. So that's the shit I'm thinking about on like the press.
And when they need it, 35.
Right. Exactly. And that's when they need it the most.
And also, Jian, like, your hours at your previous few jobs are like unprecedented. Like, do you have free time now? Like, not just because of, COVID and everyone's working from home, but like, now that you're in a fucking big swinging dick role, are you able to kind of like log off and be like, all right, I'm done for the day. It's time to be with my family, time to be with, my girlfriend, time to work on me. Like, do you have that yet? Or is it, are you still kind of addicted?
I don't know what to do with it.
Right.
I don't know what to do with it.
But you can confirm, you can confirm that Jian DeLeon can log off. You're saying
I can log off.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like
breaking
I pay
news.
attention to things because I want to, which hits different than when you have to.
Right.
So it's like, obviously I'm paying attention to the news cycle now. I'm, to get ahead of fuck with, not fuck with, like the certainly Breonna Taylor news we'll talk about.
But Jian, what you're saying is now you don't have to like know how close Kanye farted within Adidas.
Right.
If you
exactly.
don't want to.
I don't have to accurately report the meters of.
You're not wading through 1,000 pages of court docs and contracts between Kanye and all his record deals.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, but I think, being able to take a distance from it, it actually certainly makes me more interested and passionate about it again, and without being like super fatigued by having to keep up with it all.
Right. And now you can take care of your family.
That's why I can actually listen to your podcast.
Thank you for your service. Most important content to consume. Hours.
Here's a question that this is like, honestly, of the 800 more questions that we have written out, this I think is personally the most like interested question I have, or invested question I have, because a lot of people, I mean, your personal style, like it's about that. It is straight up indescribable. And if someone were to ask me, like, what is Jian dress like? What's his style? Like, it's so day to day and so like every fucking micro niche sub genre out there. How like day by day, how would you describe it? That's
your
what I want.
Style tribes got style tribes, bro.
My style is, do you like clothes? And the answer is just yes.
Okay. There's everything.
The style, the answer.
Your personal style could be best described as late stage capitalism.
Yeah, dude, it's it's.
You're a copper. Listen,
I'm a copper.
There are two types of people. There are two types of people in this world, right? There are John Coppers. And there's everybody else, right? And no one would ever think twice about which camp Jian finds himself in. This man cops fucking Johns.
Yes, Jian has every single John ever produced ever, but he'll take some shit from like from the future, from 2050, and pair it with some shit from like 2003, and just be like, yo, like, yes, Stussy Dior meets Mark McNair or whatever. I don't know,
yeah, but if you can't describe it, would you say that it's I feel like your personal style is polarizing. I feel like there's people that are definitely like disciples of Jian, and there's people who are like, Jian is the most extra bitch on Sesame Street.
Yeah, snuffleupagus, 100%.
What's your process though? Like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, all right, let's just say it's like 65 degrees out. You have all the options available to you. Like, how do you do it? Is it fucking Zach Galifianakis in Hangover?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm an emotional dresser, man. It's just like you wake up, gravitate towards one thing, and then you just sort of build it from there. I don't really have a process, and I think that's again, it's like toys to me. Yeah.
Are you like in your underwear? Are you in your underwear, like pacing through the closet, like, what's speaking to me? What's speaking to me? Yes, the Noah White suit.
Sometimes, actually, like that is what it's like, because it's just like I haven't.
There's got to be a recency bias too with everything that you acquire, and you also have like, I will say, you have a high churn. You have a lot of turnover too.
Start dressing, and one day I will actually start dressing, but every day is working towards that.
Sure.
What's your monthly John's budget?
Man, I don't even.
Let's talk gross spend.
I'm not a math Asian, James. I don't know.
You're a GDR Asian. No, let's talk about gross.
The kind of Asian that disappoints their parents tremendously.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about gross estimate spend, and then to Lawrence's point, where you are an active recycler or refunder of your next Johns. Let's talk about how it all nets out. So, like, what are you spending a month?
I don't know, probably like 2 to 3K. I used to be on Flow Team though, so it's like
Damn. That's the biggest John's budget monthly or the monthly John's budget I think that anyone's ever admitted to on this program.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I wrote the Four Pins article about spending like 10K on clothes. I think last year it was somewhere around 15, 16.
Total.
I didn't write that all off of my taxes though.
Right.
But then when it comes to like reselling shit or like dropping shit off at like Beacons or whatever, like what does it net out to?
Oh, dude, yeah, I make shouts to formerly what we used to be the Grilled White Glove program, and now Amir at the Real who takes care of me. I think it's it nets out to my John's budget comes in depending on like what extra stuff I have to spend. And shouts around too as well, because it's like what I love about them is they take stuff that you've worn.
Right.
You used to get busy at the dude sale too, right?
Yeah. And without the dude sale, I mean, dude, like I love that, because then you would just meet people and if, they were ahead, I would just give them like a good price on whatever.
It's a John's enthusiast paying it forward to a fellow John's enthusiast. That's people helping people. That was
some fun retail experience.
Exactly. It's that sense of community, which I miss. And I think you guys should carry that torch to be.
Oh, bro, don't even
bring that around.
We don't want to be the big thing coming guys that we like have been in the past to some extent, because listen, there's always big shit on the horizon. When you're talking about the goddamn motherfucking boys, I don't know what to tell you. Suck our dicks. But yeah, that's something that James and I would like to. We've had some chats.
Yeah,
with
that's always been kind of like a blue sky dream. Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole day's worth of programming, ladies and gentlemen.
100%. Going back to your psychosis of copying, and therapy is a big through line with a lot of our guests. Have you ever sought out like therapeutic help for your John's addiction? Because it is a addiction.
No, I haven't. I've certainly seen a therapist before, but not for that. But it's manageable. I mean, I get rid of so much.
Has having a girlfriend, a serious girlfriend, like cause you to like keep yourself in check?
Yes, and also just the lack of space.
Right. You have to be efficient because
are you like, honey, I think we should
sharing that space. 50-50.
Are you like, honey, I think we should move to the suburbs, not for the school systems or anything, just for the more closet space?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a storage unit and I have an apartment that Noah Thomas actually lives in. That I have a room that's my storage space.
Are you subletting your old crib? Subletting from your old crib to storage?
You're subletting your shit to yourself just so that you can have an archive.
Yeah, exactly. It's like his roommate is my archive.
Does he wear your pieces out like it's Friday night? Does Noah just go shopping at Jian archive?
No, but who used to do that is Ryan Kibler when we were roommates.
Yo, shout out Kibler, dude.
He'd wear your shit?
Dude, it was so funny because like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like there was like one day we was like, yo man, I'm meeting up with like the homies. We're going to play ball near Blind Barber. And he wore my Jordan 3s.
Balling? Yes. Did he have a good game? What was his stat?
Dude, I don't even know, but he was balling with Julian and stuff. And it's just like, sometimes I come home and be like, why are these shoes so fucked up? And he's like, yeah, man, I just hope you don't mind. I borrowed these to go ball it. And I'm
Buckets. Like, damn, Kibler's a legend.
Yeah. What a legend. Yeah.
Did he wear his hat real low when he's hooping?
Dude, I don't know. I wasn't there when he was hooping, but that's like, yeah, he would take a loan from the archive back.
All right, Jian, character.
Here's a real Rorschach psychology test on your John's addiction. Kind of you fall. This is going to really tell us a lot.
On the spectrum?
Yeah. Did you cop the Travis Scott McDonald's merch?
Ooh.
No.
Why not?
Cop the burger? Oh. Did you cop the burger?
I copped the burger, yes. not the first day.
What was your review?
I mean, dude, it's a quarter pounder. But the thing is, I eat McDonald's. Like Janice and I eat McDonald's.
I love McDonald's. You need to sell me, bro. Over 1 billion served or whatever.
No, straight up. Like, we watched Super Size Me like a month ago, and we got McDonald's after.
Yeah,
for sure. The lesson we learned was
big fucking flex alert.
But yeah, I mean, it's fine. Honestly, I even switched it out. I didn't get like the full Travis Scott meal because I got a Diet Coke instead of a Sprite, and like, it's barbecue sauce with their fries. So literally, I just ordered a $6 quarter pounder bacon value.
It is cheaper. That's the whole thing, right? That people aren't really talking about.
The like cheapest meal. It's the cheapest meal.
Best value. Yeah.
100%.
And so somebody put together a thread where they're like, "Yo, I stood outside the McDonald's in Bed-Stuy, and like all these families were coming through and they were ordering that because it was the cheapest thing on the menu, not because they were like hype on, Cactus Jack sending
not because LaFlame saved their life or anything.
Yeah. Well, kind of maybe because they're like, hey, this is affordable. This is the cheapest, most affordable meal in the food desert that I live in. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Mr. Scott.
I mean, that's the brilliant thing about it. It's like,
Mr. Flame.
You guys could have, they just took like the number 4. Like number 3 could just be like the throwing fits meal.
Oh, so if McDonald's what's a number 3?
I don't know. Probably like 2 cheeseburgers.
We'll do a Big Mac.
Number 2.
We're going to do a Big Mac, I think. Yeah. Oh, the 2 cheeseburgers. There's the Larry burger and the Jimmy burger.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to make it cost $69.
Yo, is anyone from McDonald's listening? Bang our line. That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll make it cost $4.20.
Yeah, dude. Very fucking cool, bro.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Thanks, dude. You're an ideas guy. That's what I'm here for. Everybody stop. Jian. You fucking nerd. You virgin. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm coming from the future. I've seen Thursday Night Football. Jags.
This
Dolphins.
is Bill and Ted.
This is bruh. How do they sound?
Righteous.
Bro. No, what I'm saying is take the Dolphins, dude. I think that to me is
Minshew.
I think that's the good money there. And because me, Ted, from Bill and Ted's Most Righteous Adventure number 3, I'm coming to you from the future to tell you right now that you can bet and you can win guaranteed asterisk. Not really guaranteed. This is not actually Ted.
That's how gambling works.
You can use mybookie.ag, which is the only podcast that matters. Jimmy, Larry, huge gambling guys. That's where we gamble. And we have our own
rich.
Right. That's why we're rich. And that's why, listen, we look cool because we are rich and we can take our money. We could buy cool stuff. That's the whole point of the podcast. If we've taught you anything, how we make that money. Well, listen, okay. Cat's out of the fucking bag. That's how Bill and Ted do it. They bet. Okay.
Righteous.
You do not know how betting works, so you typically just follow my lead in this. In this,
I bet the opposite of what you do. So either way, one of us wins.
Wait, so are you taking the Jags? Are you also from the future? Is this?
I fuck with Gardner Min. True.
You just told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, but no, his stash rules.
In the future, he lost you money, and you should have taken the Dolphins.
Here's how it works, right? You bet one way, I bet the exact opposite. So one of us wins. We both have fun, and that's why we're both rich.
And I'm never wrong.
But we share the money.
What's our promo code? I would just spell
Throwing
it.
Fits. THROWINGFITS, and that S stands for that solid fucking pick, my guy.
Ooh, righteous pick, brah. mybookie.ag, promo code ThrowingFits. Get your deposit matched up to a G, a stack, a rack.
It's a bandemic.
It's a fucking bandemic. You're welcome. Take the fucking pick. Put that in your fucking gambling machine and gamble it.
Hold on,
little bitch. You're welcome.
I'm getting a vision that Jian wants to talk about Johns for another 2 hours. So Lawrence, wrap it up.
This is what they pay for. MyBookie. A better way to bet, bitch.
If Travis Mickey D's wasn't for you and Cactus Plant wasn't for you, like what collab this year so far? Because it's been a pretty robust year of collabs so far. I think
many.
Are collabs back? What collab has really moved your dick?
Honestly, like the Off-White Sale Jordan 4s.
Okay.
Yeah. You went through some trial and tribulations to fucking acquire those. So emotionally, it was a bigger W for you, right?
You're back on the hunt. It was your literal white whale.
Yeah, but the reason I like
your off-white whale
and the specific silhouettes that I like is not it's insane. It's not like most people, because I like the idea that it was an off-white. That alliteration.
You had to get the pun. You had to get the pun shoe.
Of course.
Right. If hashtag Jian pun was a shoe, it would be the off-white.
Also the Union Jordan apparel. I love the shoes too. But
the apparel was really fucking strong. Yeah, no one really talked about that. The shit was fire.
No,
the hand distress. Each piece was like
mechanic shirt. Yeah, the mechanic shirt was gas, dude. Also, we never got our Union 4s. Richard, if you're listening, you got a shout out earlier. I would be remiss not to mention, like, we never got anything, dog. So
according to Dickie,
got your shoes yet.
According to Dickie B, he said that Beaverton actually fucked up, or Beaverton's playing hardball. So it's it's the fucking suits up in the wildfires and shit. That's
these motherfuckers in Beaverton are blocking our shine.
Yeah.
You need to show some fucking respect, dude. It's about to be stripes over checks unless you get your shit together, boys and girls. That's a direct threat.
We might even fuck with a big cat.
Yo, fuck yeah, dude.
Wait, Jian, if you had your druthers, because obviously Nordstrom's doing like store exclusive and shit, but like if it was a true collaboration, who would be your dream brand to collabo with?
Dries.
Really?
Dries.
Go out there, just like pick some flowers and chop it up with the homie?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's all a pretense to meet Dries.
Right.
But yeah.
That's your dream.
I think, yeah. I mean, Dries is still my favorite, like, designer, you know?
What's your Mount Rushmore of designers? And we're not going to have you, like, write a whole blog post in audio
this is like, there's a whole segment of, like, fuck with.
Yeah, but I don't think James wrote it down. I don't want to forget.
But that's brands, and we're talking about, like, all-timers. Yeah.
I want to just Mount Rushmore of designers. So, Dries.
Daiki Suzuki. 100%.
Daiki. Really? Yes. Okay.
That seems relatively attainable, right?
Yeah, but I think you're going to... What do you find about Holy Grail? Like, or I know Mount Rushmore is canceled now, but are you saying like?
Oh no, I just mean like Yeah, all time. Your favorites all time. So
top
like
5
I guess,
dead or alive.
Yeah, but it's 4.
Lucia.
Yeah. Top 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Daiki in there. Jun Takahashi.
Right.
And
God.
The God. Probably Chitose.
Wait, that was 4. You did 4.
Chitose. Oh, that was 4?
You already did 4. Yeah.
Okay, then there's my 4.
So Chitose is out. Okay, cool.
Sorry,
I didn't want to miss that. Yeah, I thought I was surprised with Daiki because when I think of like the Japanese representation that I figured you were going to give, I would assume that you would go like Yoji, Jun Takahashi. I don't know, maybe that's fucking
1 for 2.
Honestly,
but
I'm not a huge Yoji head?
Yeah, are you Yoji man? Like I'm sure you respect.
I'm not a Yoji.
The master, but.
Or maybe like, I don't know, Hiroki. People fuck with, I don't know if you're a big Vism guy, but like, or like, who's the number 9 guy that does fucking Souls now? Miyashita, yeah.
Yeah. No, I like June, you know. Yeah, I'm not like, as far as like not that there's like an Antwerp 6 of Japan, but you know, it's like, I certainly love Ray. I love Comb.
Issy, the God, R.I.P.
In terms of like what I wear, you know, I feel like the older you get, the more you have like a brand matrix.
What brand do you have? What brand do you own the most of? Would you say?
Somewhere between Drees, Undercover, and Noah.
Wow. How much Undercover do you own?
A lot.
Is it all graphic tees or is it like the crazy fucking cut and sew shit?
Oh, dude. Shouts to Eugene Rapkin, my plug, because he's like his close personal designer friend is Jun Takahashi. But
oh wow,
yes, I have like a coat from last season. I have one of the Throne of Blood printed jackets coming. I have the crazy Clockwork Orange puffy coach's jacket. I have the Imperial. I mean, the Undercover Star Wars stuff is extremely my shit.
Right,
you have the Space Odyssey glow in the dark helmet.
I don't have the Space Odyssey glow in the dark helmet. I have like 3 gill apples. Janice actually got me one of the bear keychains. But I mean, like my favorite piece, bar none, it's a toss up between the Imperial M65 and the Sith Jedi reversible silk bomber.
Yeah, so that's like bullseye for your nerddom. Yeah, that's John from Star Wars.
He's a fellow cinematic nerd.
Of course, and it's just like how really nerdy the references get. Like to me, I love the second Supreme collab that totally bricked as far as sales because that was the first time he ever did a rap album. Like him touching Public Enemy.
Right, yeah.
Actually,
what did they do? They did the Docs. The Doc was a triple. The Doc was like a quadruple collab. If you like Docs in there too. Do you have those?
No, I don't. I did. I sold them.
Oh, those were good.
Is this the Fear of Black Planet?
Yeah,
that bricked.
That whole collection just bricked.
Oh wait, is the camp shirt? I own the camp shirt. That is like a triple collab. Damn, I didn't think about that. That's an undercut. Damn, look at me, man, on the right side of history as per usual.
I have the puffer. I have the hoodies, the pants from that collab too. Yeah. But it's like it's extremely
salute Jun Takahashi. Please come on can you get Eugene to get June to come on the podcast?
I think he's going to get June on his podcast first, right? He just started one.
Damn it. All right. Well, whatever.
Everyone's starting a fucking podcast.
No free clout. No free clout.
All right, Jian, we kind of referenced this. Like you are a mad copper. However, you are also, as I said, the flow team Pharaoh. While you're at High Snob, while you're at Complex, while you're at GQ, I'm sure your fucking, Bike Messenger game was just off the charts every single day. You had men just burning thousands of calories just to get your fucking boxes.
Gene had his own supply chain literally to get him his fucking flow team, dude. That really is facts.
They had me on the wall as employee of the month at break.
If you've seen the documentary Premium Rush, it's about getting Gene a pair of sneakers.
It's true.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. This man needs his fucking skincare cream. In absolute dollar amount.
We must get this DKNY sweater uptown right now.
God, man needs his G-stars. Yo, in absolute dollar amount, how much do you think you averaged at your peak monthly when it came to flow team product in retail, in market suggested retail price, MSRP?
Do they even make numbers that high? This man was like... Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely
it's like telecom money, bro. This guy,
my man's fucking Slim. What's his name from Mexico?
On a good month, probably 5K.
No,
Bruh.
More.
Not so much though. That's so much. 5K, even if that's
MSRP, dude. That's like counting like a bag from Gucci, which is like 2,500.
Right.
Yeah, but you
were getting big hitters every month, and then you were padding it out with like the standard flow of shit that was coming in that is cool, that is resellable. I believe that 5K seems real.
5K seems low to me.
It's higher.
How much?
What am I getting from like Hermes? You know, Louis gave me a pair of sneakers and colognes.
But it adds up. Like you would get a whole fucking season of Keels or some shit, and then you'd get like some big ticket item in like some Heineken 100 shit, designed by Chris Gibbs or whatever. In the fucking big old boxioli,
like 200. Are we factoring in the environmental cost of a?
Yes.
seed?
What was your carbon footprint?
Yeah,
exactly.
God,
then it's crazy.
You need to cop some offsets, my guy. Yeah, you did damage. You did a lot of damage to this planet single-handedly.
Some trees.
Let's be clear.
What about resell? How much do you think you would pull in?
Yeah, did you sell? What was ethically speaking? Were you cool with like reselling it like on the sly? Did you hit the plug and like let them know? Like, how did you handle that situation?
I gave a lot of it away if I wasn't really feeling it, which was my way.
You felt wrong. It felt wrong to sell it to some degree,
for sure. Because it's like it's just not that like I worked for the New York Times, which is like the paragon of ethics or anything,
right?
But we have ethics. Like, we'll cut. We already have all the stuff noted down what we're going to cut.
Yeah, no, but it's like when I could, I paid it forward. My nephew is finally my sneaker size. So like the last time we visited,
does he think you're the coolest guy in the world?
Yeah, right. Shit.
No, he's just like I didn't know I didn't have to grow up. He's like everybody's talking to me about being an adult. What is this guy?
So you are a bad influence, is what you're saying.
I'm a terrible influence.
Uncle Jian never grew up. I don't have to either.
Yeah, exactly. No, but in all seriousness, it's like, I think he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I just hope that his feet never grow, so that he can just.
What is
head on his shoulders? Good kicks on his fucking dogs, dude.
Yeah. I got him the Travis SBs.
Oh shit!
In a special box.
That's crazy. You'd rather give that away than sell that? Those? Yeah, come on, bro. Yes. That's a stupid one. That's a dumb one.
Did he resell them?
It's like why use the plugs to get to resell?
Oh, you requested it. It wasn't said you asked on his behalf.
Yes.
Okay. What you should have done, Jian, is you should have gotten the shoes via the plug, resold them, put that money in a trust fund for him to unlock when he graduates college. Yeah, that's how you invest in the future.
Should have bought some U.S. Treasury bonds,
but
bro.
That's the thing, dude. He can resell them worn already. And I was just like, dude.
Yeah, but then he's going to just blow it on fucking pop rocks and nerd ropes. You could have been like, yo, you have to go to college and graduate before you get this money.
No, I don't know if you know this, but I moved out of my parents' house by selling my old sneaker collection. So I use that example, and all of it was worn. Like I wear everything.
When StockX lowered his fees to 50% last month, that's when you moved out of your parents' place?
Right, exactly. Wow. No, this is like, it was eBay before they were not.
Imagine Jian was living at home up until last year. That'd be pretty fucking funny.
That'd be so funny.
What's your policy, Jian, then on like, because if you were to get some like hot ticket item, via a plug who's a homie, would you resell it if it was like, pull in a few grand on StockX that day? Or would you be like, ugh, I just feel kind of icky doing that. If I don't want them, I'm going to give them post them, obviously tag the plug, whatever, and then give them to my 15-year-old cousin who's going to
honestly it depends on how
jerk off into them. What?
Which thankfully is something that I don't have to worry about as much as I used to these days.
You're saying circumstances financially would dictate most moves back when you were at Complex or GQ.
And it has to bite.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Right. Are you were famously living with your parents up until last year.
That is true.
Yeah.
Right. That's a fact.
You, Noah Thomas, and your parents on the same crib.
I put Noah Thomas onto Beacons though. I put him on the game.
Cop?
No, to sell.
Okay.
Because I'm like, dude, this is how I ate when I was your age. Because he's literally 10 years younger than me. So I'm like,
he's that young?
Yeah,
he's an old soul.
He's 35?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's an old soul, though. Shout out Noah. What a guy. I love him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, I was like, dude, just like anything you don't wear anymore, just, bring it to Beacon. Just like cash for gold. You're going to make like maybe like 100, 200.
Right. That's grocery money. But you're saying that Beacon's better than Tokyo 7?
Dude, Tokyo 7's done.
How have they been done because of COVID? Because
they got looted.
They got fucking dude. It was a bad looting over there.
Shit, you hate to see it, but it's warranted. Hey. So hey, hate it had to be you guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Damn. Property destruction.
But you're saying Beacons because I'm not up on game. I wouldn't think So what you're saying, it's a pawn shop scenario. Like you're not going to get the.
I always thought that
get cash in hands.
I always thought that Buffalo Exchange was the worst.
That's the worst. Not even acceptable.
And then Beacon was kind of like
Beacons did 40%.
But Beacon was hit or miss, where you would bring something in and they'd be like, "Yeah, I'll give you $20 for this," and you'd be like, this was GQ's best new menswear designer in America in 2013.
Are you familiar with the work of Jun Takahashi?
Yeah.
Because the derivative nature.
Oh, come on, that's not the.
Are you not familiar with Rick Klotz's collective Warriors of Radness? Because they fucking rule.
I don't know if you guys know, but Publish invented the jogger pant. They technically hold the copyright. Yeah. So you guys are holding an original piece.
Excuse me, sir. This is a Beacon's closet.
This shirt is actually 7 shirts.
Yeah. I'd like to be paid for all 7 shirts.
For each shirt.
I demand satisfaction. I want payment on all 7 shirts.
Did you have to give up your elite tier flow team status now that you're in-house at like a store?
Yeah, what's the policy there?
Not a quid pro quo lifestyle blog.
I mean, I still do get sent stuff off like, the homie strength, which I think is cool.
Do you have to turn it down or?
What is the policy? You can take it.
I don't think there's a policy because it's not like they're sending it to me on like some quid pro quo. Oh, now you have to carry us. Is there no, we want you to have this. But I don't know.
Plug that you believe that is either already dried up or that you anticipate drying up that you're going to really miss the most that you would just like to publicly thank?
Honestly, I don't even know. But like, when Jake started at High Snob for a month, he got my Nike stuff.
Right.
There was that month that he was at High Snub. He got floated like the Chunky Donkeys and all that. So I think he usurped.
So that was a plug that, despite the relationship that you and which I'm sure was super cordial and grateful and thankful, ultimately that throughway, whatever exists so that they can get product on the gram on the site. Not for you.
I don't know. I'm not really sure because that's the thing, right? It's like that's what I'm trying to figure out now. There's only been a couple of weeks, but certainly I'm still getting floated stuff.
Right.
But I also have the Mule Boys avenue, and then my own personal account where I do post about that stuff still.
You post a lot. Your IG story looks like the human centipede.
Yeah, it's the Hayfield Chang method of IG story posting, of interspersing.
Push it to the limit. It's kind of like us on Fit Check Friday. I mean, go ride that shit till the fucking wheels fall off. Literally, I think you get 100 slots, whatever the fuck.
Hammer scene.
Yeah.
Jian, speaking of IG story post, what went through your head when you saw that Virgil Abloh posted on his IG story that he had gotten your quote on Pyrex from 4Pins article etched into a rug by Jim Joe, and he called you, as I quoted up above, one of the most important critical minds in this game of ours. And there was a typo, but I didn't include it in the quote. What went through your head when you saw that?
The price of the brick just went up.
Woo!
And is Virgil Abloh the only person who posts more IG stories than you?
Yeah. Probably.
Were you...
Close personal designer friend.
Were you in negotiaciones with Nordstrom, and you're like, "Yo, fam."
I think I had already accepted at the time that he posted, but it's so funny how that happened though, and I told you guys this. He sent me a rug.
That's the coolest fucking talk about flow team. I mean, that's the true where's the priceless and valuable one of one.
The rug is downstairs of my apartment unit in storage, rolled up until I can figure out a place to really put it on display.
Damn. Is that that's got to be the coolest, speaking of flow team, right, to put a bow on that conversation, that's got to be the coolest, best thing you've ever gotten.
I mean, that's the thing. James is like, well, what's the value? Like, that thing's literally priceless.
Yeah, sure.
No, but seriously, like when you saw that, you texted us that day and you're like clearly very stoked, but like besides the price of the brick went up, like what was it kind of like this has come full circle because that was what, 2011, 2012, 13, when you were just a fucking lowly peon at Complex. And that was like, a very controversial, maybe misinterpreted as like a takedown piece. But I mean, Virgil said himself, he's like, this is what started my career.
Yeah.
Arguably.
I think it was cool. I mean, it's like, I've never been one to like fight for like recognition or whatever. So just to like feel seen was kind of dope. Because I think if you trace my trajectory,
look at me,
it's clear who is making more money. And but not that it's about that, but it's just like, it's interesting it's certainly a full circle moment for sure. I mean, you guys know, I always just look at myself as a nerd. So to like be validated at a nerd on that level is kind of hilarious. And
what I was telling James when it happened, because like obviously, not that we would try to pretend that this is your story firmly, even though James and I were obviously key players in this tale,
of course.
but when I saw that,
and Joe LaPuma, who didn't want to live on Complex to preserve his relationship.
You're fucking lost, Joseph.
Joe LaPuma, it's the things you don't post, buddy.
Yeah,
that's what comes to bite you in the butt later on.
But when I saw that, and the next time I had talked to James, and I think we even talked about it on a Boys Only, because like when I saw that, the thing that was like, holy shit, I can't even imagine what it's like to be Jian right now, because if I'm Jian, this is like, what is sicker and like you said, fucking more validating, even though that's not what it's about, but like then this specific thing. Like to me, that was like the most, I mean, is that like, you've done great things in your career, but like, that's the W of all W's, right? It's gotta be.
It is, but like we were WhatsApping about it because I was just like, yo, did you send this just to confirm? And what he said was just like, it's like, can think of it as a reminder to make shit that's equally as potent.
What's his WhatsApp number?
Yeah.
I'm not going to share that.
Was he like designing on the WhatsApp?
No, but like, it's, I think from that perspective, it's just, it's a reminder to not rest on like your laurels. Cause it's like, who wants to be the 50-year-old guy? Be like, yeah, no, I'm the Virgil Rugg guy.
Yeah.
Then got to on like the piano key necktie
right.
beat of just like, don't you know what I did for fashion?
You're going to be 95 blabbering about the rug to Janice, and she's going to just finish your oatmeal, honey. Shut the fuck up. Like, but all right, here's my hard question about this. And we've talked about this a bit on the pod. To me, while this is very sick for you, it feels like revisionist history on his part to like, at least the way I see it, is make himself look a little bit better. If you remember, when he gave his fucking lecture, one of his first fucking lectures, I forget where it was, maybe at Harvard or whatever, he was like, this is a website that only exists to like tear people down, and was very dismissive of 4Pins and by extension, like your piece having any validity. So to see him acknowledge it now, and while I admit that people can change, my criticism, if I was to have one, which clearly I do, is that it feels convenient. That's all. I don't know if you have anything to add there.
Let me just say, I think that I bequeath upon Virgil the benefit of the doubt, whereas like something that you might think was a shot at in certain circumstances and in certain time, like he
has hindsight for sure.
As you grow and develop hindsight, and you could be like, yo, this was actually a very something that actually helped me out. And you know what? Like maybe it shifted my thinking or my perspective, or maybe it just like put me on the map, and whatever it was, like I mean, we can look like Lawrence, like look at what we did. Like maybe, what Chef fucking manslaughtering, failing upwards, like that sucked for a few weeks, but that was the best thing that could have ever happened to us.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that it is very cool. And like, I'm not here to get super granular, like how much of this is a PR play, or, how much of this is truly coming from the heart, like, whatever. I just think that
it's like owning every step of your professional development, whether that was a big step forward or like a half stumble back or whatever. Right.
And it's very cool to see like how he's being so gracious with Jian, who like clearly, I mean, that was of the top, biggest things that 4Pins put out, because people like talk about 4Pins like it was important in the moment. Like a lot of people ignored it and didn't fuck with it and were dismissive, kind of like what I was saying about Virgil. But that is one that fucking clearly stuck, and it's cool that that's like, I think, part of the legacy of the whole operation. And Virgil kind of coming around now. I don't know how many years later is it, Jian? Like how long has it been?
I don't know, 7-ish?
A long time.
Yeah, a while.
That's definitely cool. So what else? Cool. Shout out Virgil, come on the podcast.
Jian, besides rugs, what else do you and Virgil talk about or text about?
Well, that's the thing. It's like we've been addicted to this app called Clubhouse. The guys on this.
The toxic male tech chat
room.
Soho
House for egos, where
it's Discord. It's Discord for rich guys.
It's Discord for nerds who don't game.
It's for people who aren't interesting enough to have a fucking podcast, bro.
That as well, but that's why you guys would fit right in, because it's a bunch of mostly white guys yelling over each other.
So you and Virgil and like Jeff Carvalho are just chopping it up in the Clubhouse, and this is
Jeff got him on, but one of like the recent things that I did, so like Jeff, Ben Dietz, and Ruba Abunimo, like we have this thing on Wednesday nights called Culture Club, which is like Ben and Jeff started it, and it's just like this revolving panel of people. But I got Chris Gibbs, Virgil, and Reggie No, who's like that Chicago marketing exec who did the Voltron Sprite ads in the 90s and just did the Virgil Vuitton.
Did he do the Drake robot Sprite ad? Because I want to meet that guy.
He did the anime for Chris Gibbs' Jordan launch, though.
Oh, okay.
The cartoon characters for the new Louis Vuitton show.
But he didn't do the Drake robot.
But he didn't, to be clear.
He did not.
He didn't do.
Yo, if you're that guy and you're listening to the podcast, fucking bang our line.
Yeah, if you're the operator of the Drake animatronic,
if
you're the animatronic robot.
Yeah.
Show yourself.
The Drake animatronic robot.
Whoever at Lucasfilm created that robot.
If you are Drake, or if you are Drake, Champagne Poppy, if you're listening.
All right, so you get a bunch of straight men. You get a bunch of straight men in a chat room, and then what happens? I'm assuming just nothing but like inclusive talk.
No, but anyway, so we did this chat on Clubhouse about anime and like Black visual culture, and really just
you got to get Jelani in there. You got to get producer Jay in there.
It was fun because it was
just talk hentai.
We did not talk hentai.
Oh well,
we talked about anime. We talked about a lot of stuff in that vein, and
squid fucking.
But that's the kind of stuff that Clubhouse does. And he did this amazing talk actually with Dapper Dan on the app. So. But ever since,
so you're saying that Clubhouse is where. So you're saying Clubhouse is where, like, even a guy like you're networking in Clubhouse is what you're saying.
Yes and no. I mean, I've certainly met people off Clubhouse. Like I got Josh Kissy on there, or I didn't get Josh Kissy on there, but I've been in rooms with him, and it's just super interesting. But I think its diminishing value is when like real life comes back in order. Because I would much rather like be eating dinner with my girlfriend Wednesday night than like. Being like a Jake from State Farm ad.
Then talking about micro dosing mushrooms with Virgil Abloh's fucking
Virgil.
cousin.
I know you put 23 on the flannel, but have you ever smoked DMT?
Yeah,
but that's the thing because your life is pretty much like your girlfriend yelling at you because like who are you talking to? And
so is Clubhouse
to the boys? I'm talking to the boys.
Is Clubhouse just a cool guy Illuminati, but like real gatekeeper shit, like exclusionary, like.
Yeah, how do you get out? Can anyone get in, or what's the deal?
The thing about Clubhouse is like if it's exclusionary, it's from like a privilege and class perspective because it is a lot of exclusionary.
So it's exclusionary.
I mean, but it's not like a gatekeeper exclusionary, like cool guy shit, because it's not cool. Like
it's just classist. It's just good old fashioned classism.
Yeah,
it's like Silicon Valley, like
smartphone owners
Y
only.
Combinator people.
So really, what we're talking about, this is like a invite only digital panel type deal.
Pretty much, it's like endless panels.
Yeah, sounds terrible.
But
panels are already bad enough as they are in real life, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, once
it's like we said it's what we said in the intro. Jian,
to be fair, I want to
panel
be paid. I will take any money to do any panel. So I do want to clarify.
Working on it.
Yeah, but Clubhouse you don't pay at all.
Well, I'm not interested in that.
So how do you make money from Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just.
Do you have a membership?
I mean, I don't pay for the membership, but
do other people pay for the membership?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Jian, does this closed door insular arena foster?
I got Chris Black on there.
But does this closed door insular where it's going to be overwhelming? Like, King, like that shit's fire. Like, is that kind of going to foster bad ideas? Because the only other time Clubhouse was talked about in this pod was when Taylor Lorenz was on the pod, and she said that a bunch of tech dudes who got on there and they were talking about how to like affect journalism.
Oh yeah, I remember that
way that like so like I'm not saying obviously with like streetwear and menswear it's less consequential than fucking tech overlords, but if you're in this like closed environment where it's all just like King, go off King, like is that not just going to foment some like shittiness in terms of like bad, I don't know, streetwear?
Yeah, I don't know how scalable it is in terms of like when you open it up to everybody, but I do know that, in recent times that I've been on there, it's certainly been more inclusive and the conversations have been less about like trying to control the media and more about,
we're not trying to manipulate female journalists.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Throwing Fits does not go into Clubhouse because we do not want to even come close to, not that we ever would, but we're never going to be
guilty. As far as I can tell, Clubhouse is guilty by association, especially if Chris Black is in there. God damn, that shit is fucking cooked.
I don't know if he talks, but like for me, the killer app about it is like I learned how people at the startup level trick other people.
Monsters.
The money.
They're monsters,
oh, yeah.
bro.
Well, to me, that's like the killer app. That's like the funny aspect of it because it's like I was in a room about scented candles. And all of a sudden,
why?
It was like, because it's funny how people talk about it, because they're just like, so, I've entered the home fragrance market about a year ago, and what we really focused on is how premium our wax is, and that's why our logo is a B, because it's such like a high quality material, and that's why.
And you're like, Pharrell, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And that's how they talk. And I'm like,
and Gwyneth Paltrow's like, and I'm gonna make one that smells like my fucking pussy.
Yo, but that's the brilliant part. It's like free game. It's just like, yo, this is how
free game.
In a room with
interesting.
But
also, it's snake oil sales.
The expense. But it's
not snake oil. You're like, no, this is from the reticulated python.
It's snake wax.
To other snake oil.
Right.
This is what you're getting. And so to me, that's the most interesting part. Is like,
I don't know.
It sounds like
is the game worth pieces of your soul? I mean, this sounds absolutely like my worst nightmare. But I guess if you're into it, I mean, do you, fam?
It sounds like a voyeurist's wet dream, where it's like you're just watching these people whip each other into a froth of like.
Well, is this not being a fly on the wall at any Soho house? Anyone who's been to a Soho, like this is these are the terrible conversations that like you could listen to and like lampoon, or you could be like. Yeah. You hear that? Time for me to network. Let me dive in.
Well, that's why I called it Soho House for people with egos.
I guess you're right. Exactly.
Yeah. Sam, my man Kyle from Southern Charms got this great idea for a sparkling beverage.
Are they paying you? Are you getting paid to be on the platform? When recruiting, are you radicalizing other people? You're doing your.
I'm not. I have invited.
Has anyone from Clubhouse joined ISIS?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I mean, the answer is probably no.
Has anyone in Clubhouse joined Tesla? Next worst thing.
Possibly. I feel like Taylor Lorenz is like the Clubhouse whisperer.
Yeah.
I mean, if Taylor Lorenz says you're not good, then you're not good in my hood, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Fuck Clubhouse.
All right, Jian. Well, the only reason why you're in Clubhouse Menswear Illuminati is because you've been you're a grizzled vet of the game for, I don't know, 10, 15 years or so. You've done it all. I was literally there when you got hired at Complex by Narc Dad Noah Johnson at the Wyden and Kennedy pop-up shop. Shout out Andrew Chen. So if anything, you have a world of experience to offer up to all the kids that are in my DMs and Lawrence's DMs and be like, hey, how do I get a job? So we're going to just tell them to listen to this part of the episode where I ask you, what's the first piece of foundational advice you'd give to a guy or a girl just, entering the adult world, looking to get a toehold in the industry, who wants to get into menswear? What's the most basic foundational piece of advice you give them?
And take your time. The floor is yours. You're going to handle this. This is your cross to bear for the goddamn motherfucking boys. In fact, I'm going to go pee. So just, do you, fam.
Go pee. It's just about coming from a service mindset and trying to be of service and trying to make yourself useful. I mean, Chuck is a perfect example of that. It's like he certainly found ways to, not just say, how can I help you out? But he made himself stand out as, somebody, kinfolk. And then also certainly went above and beyond for what you guys have built. And so for me, it's like, I still think of things from that service mindset of how I can, I don't want to say like make yourself useful, but just like, how can you really help people who can, not from the mindset of like they're going to be able to help you down the line, but just because you want to show that you really want to be a part of this and you certainly want to contribute in a way that you certainly feel is meaningful.
Yeah. And I guess just to kind of add on that, like I would say that if you're working with decent people or, doing useful things for decent people, like they will notice that it's like, oh, like you didn't, balk at doing that thankless task. Like you did it and you did it actually decently, whether it's like changing the fucking, water on the water cooler, like, okay, like he did it. And, that has nothing to do with, I don't know. And it sounds fucked up because it's like, doing the peon work with a smile on your face. It's not that, but it's just like, I think it's also, yes, do the thankless work, but also like put yourself in the company of decent humans.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I've never thought I was too good for anything. I never thought I was too good to write blog posts at High Snob, even though I was like, at a more senior position, and I did it. And I think you certainly have fun with it. That's why I love Gregory's Photos, Gregory's Coffee, shouts to him. He's a businessman. He is a founder.
He's also a businessman.
Yeah. And he'll get behind the bar and like make an ill latte. And so for me, it's sort of just like this philosophy I have about why would I trust the CEO of Subway if he can't make a sandwich? You know,
that's why they sent Jared to jail. That's why Jared actually went to jail, because he wasn't as qualified of a sandwich artiste as the rest.
I thought there was other reasons, but
no, the reason is the sandwiches.
I think he also fucked a bunch of kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't he making sandwiches in prison? Because I heard Bill Cosby was also
serious?
Jello in prison. Yeah,
really?
I think that was reported.
They had personal brands behind bars.
Bars behind bars.
That was the irony. Is like Bill Cosby was like serving Jello or something, and then Jared was actually like doing kitchen duty.
That seems like that's like an Onion headline, but
all right. Well, Chef,
you're a humble ass motherfucker, dude. I mean, I only caught the last like 30 seconds because I had to pee a long time, but you're humble, bro.
Chef, you're hungry. Clip that out, and then so that me and Lawrence can just like send it to anyone that's like, hey, how do I get started in the industry? It's like,
can I say some nice things about Jian? I think that the secret sauce that you have, not just is you're humble, but like at the same time, like the reason, I know you don't think you're above blogging, but like when you sit down and you actually like, in this case, like you're on the sticks, that's going to be like the best fucking blog because you're just as hungry, almost like a chip on your shoulder, but not in a way that like fucking blocks your vision. You're like, I'm going to do a great fucking job. Like you take pride in your wealth, like your wealth of knowledge and how you employ that. Yeah. The work itself.
Yeah, I mean, that trust Mary H.K. Choi, it is about that. You know, it is just about getting it done. Like I think,
but at a high level, but you don't get it done. Like some people could probably point at James and myself and be like, sometimes these guys are a bit lazy, whereas you, I don't think you just get it done. I think you get it done at an extremely high level.
Well, you know, if you take into account the title of your previous podcast, I don't think I certainly have failed to that capacity as much as just like
you have now.
You know, and now I have. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, you know, you guys have seen me in the office super late, whether or not I've been actually working.
Yeah. Is that because, okay, we're talking about this. Are you in the office super late because you have a lot of work, or is it because you are bad at doing the work during work hours?
Let's be real.
I think it's a combination of both.
It's not just procrastinating and schmoozing and fucking talking shop all day, and then it's 5 and you're like, I should probably get started on my work.
It's a lot like masturbation, bro. You're just fucking yourself.
Is that not part of the job?
I mean, whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night when you get home from the office at 3 a.m, you know?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I just like being in an office environment too, for me.
You're a schmooze god, bro. I seen this man at events. I seen him around the water cooler. You know, this man is a schmoozer.
I'm just a social person, you know. I think
you're a butterfly. Schmooze.
It's just you know, it comes back down and just wanting to connect with people. And
you do like to talk shop with anybody who will listen. It could be a fucking kid. You know, it could be a fucking, you know, young tween at 18 East. It could be Karen in HR.
You get this guy. You get this guy and Mordecai in the same room, and it's like those fucking balls that just like go on forever. You know, like they're just clicking and clacking, like it just don't stop.
Or those 2 babies on that YouTube video that are just like, talking in their own language.
Jian is good at having a dialogue. I personally, and I'm not speaking for anybody besides myself, I talk at people a lot, even on this podcast. Jian is good with doing like a 2-way street thing, and if you see him on the street, you should approach him. It's not like approaching James and I. He's not like a real celebrity. It'll be pretty normal. You might have good 100%.
All right, Jian. Well, you know, yes, you are whatever your pay grade has been, which up until this point has been fine, right?
Mediocre at best.
But no matter what the job title or the income has been, you've been always willing to do the work. That being said, we are the most transparent podcast in the fucking game here. We even uploaded our exit negotiation with Barstool one time. That's how transparent we are.
Yeah. That was for sure on purpose.
So, you know, it's very important in this world to kind of know your worth and to have other people know their worth. You know, so if there are other men's fashion and editorial directors out there that are maybe being underpaid or overpaid or overcompensated, it's important that they know how much money do you make.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say I'm probably at the same pay grade that you guys were at when you had your respective corporate jobs.
Really?
$1 million a year?
Yeah.
That's crazy. 100%. Wow.
Yeah. And it's
and
it's crazy because I made $1,001,001, exactly $1 more than
So in my contract, it was always that I had to make 14 to 20% more than Lawrence. So whatever that adds up to be. Yes, no, it really is. It really is.
Radical.
Or maybe it wasn't my contract.
Transparency.
Maybe it wasn't my contract, but that's just what it tended to net out at, I guess. Sure. But now I'm fucking equal with that.
You're eating. You're eating is what you're saying.
Well, no. I can be totally transparent now that I'm no longer there. What I can say is now I'm making commensurate to my experience and what I should be making on the market. And I will let you guys,
undervalued for a long time is what you're saying.
I made $90,000 at High Snobiety as editorial director.
What?
Yes. For 3 years with no raise. And after a COVID pay cut, I left with less than what I was making. Right. So I got a bonus per year that I was there, but compared to what other people in that position the other market were making, it was under market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making up for lost motherfucking time.
No wonder you're so fucking, no wonder you're the flow team finesser, the flow team pharaoh.
Right.
Also, yes. Because that's why it was just like I was in a position where I certainly had to manage my finances in such a way. But, it's a small company. And yes, like that was part of the reason that it was, not a...
I wonder you were fucking ordering McDonald's 3 days a week.
Of course. That's why I was getting the Travis Scott meal. So,
exactly. like those families.
That's what I was making.
You're now in a decent situation where you can take care of your family, maybe start
flex
a family.
Nuts, flex too.
Flex fucking dick all over our faces. But here's an interesting question is how much money would you like to make? Because if you were a kid, you'd be like $1 billion, $1 trillion. But as an adult, it's like, do you really want the responsibilities of a fucking, warlord? No. But what?
$3 million.
$3 million.
That's exactly what it is.
I've talked about this with Benjamin Edgar. Because essentially at that point, then you invest most of it and you're living off interest, which is around $300K, which is in the before times would qualify as jet set money.
Right.
So I think, I'm not like, and that's like super comfortable money. Right. So I think 3 million would be like, I don't want to be like a billionaire. I have no aspirations for that. But I think that's enough to be like, I could own property.
Jet set money, passive income, all the good shit.
Right.
John's.
That's also like,
stay at the Standard Miami.
Buy art at like a responsible basis money, And I think it's enough money where like, you would be rich enough to be considered rich, but also be like a poor rich person.
Well, so you could also go back to the Philippines and fucking live like a goddamn
a warlord.
King.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if that's even like in the 1%, right? Because that's still even upper middle class.
You could send your kids to a decent kindergarten, maybe? Yeah. I don't know.
So I think that would be
all right. Well, you're not at 3 million yet, but currently wherever the fuck you're at, what do you like to spend? Okay, besides John's, because clearly that's your like primary.
This question has been cooked since jump.
User issue. What do you like to spend your money on besides John's?
Oh well, it used to be travel, so that's certainly out the window now.
But were you doing a lot? So you're talking about traveling for pleasure because you did a lot of traveling in your old role. Right. You might be underpaid, but you were traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you consider, was that like, you're talking about separate, like traveling with Janice, like in just.
Yeah, like going to Japan and all that, it's like actually like real vacation hours.
Right.
What else? I mean, I definitely have gotten back into gaming in recent quarantine times.
Okay.
Even though Chuck will know that I'm an absolute scrub at Warzone. But I mean, there's been a Final Fantasy VII remake has taken up a lot of my time quite recently. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
How's the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fire.
What's your character? What's your skater's fit right now?
Well, I did Tyshawn originally.
Nice. You didn't create a skater?
I just created a skater, but it's like, I don't know. He looks weird, man. He looks like my friends more than me. Like it looks like a weird hybrid of like.
Is he wearing a
Ryan
Jian fit?
Fiddler and Eric Poon.
Yeah. Well, those are very cool people that I don't blame you for wanting to wear their skin. No, what's the fit, dude? What's his Johns?
Dude, just like Dickies or the closest equivalent. I mean, this is crazy because it's like I feel like they could actually put real like I feel like they could put Palace and Supreme in there, but for some reason they're not.
You can't cop a Supreme tee in the game?
No, but like Tyshawn is wearing Supreme.
Right.
And it's like, so I don't know if it's only like the sponsored skaters that are on the team that are wearing.
Yeah, you're not good enough to ever wear Preem in real life or in a fake remastered video game.
But they have like Volcom and stuff like that. Ultimately,
you cop a Carlisle Group merch?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I'm saving up for the Ray Gun SBs that are also something you can purchase.
The Raytheon SBs.
The Raytheon SBs.
Right, got it.
Which it's cool that they're there, but I would love to see if like they eventually include like the Vans Dickies. It's like this Vans Performance Chino that I guess is like the top rated skate pant by skaters according to Jenkum. So That'd be cool if those were in there. But other than that, it's a fucking awesome tee. He's in a fucking awesome camp shirt, which is patterned.
That's dope.
And that's like the beginner level Johns you can buy.
So you reverted back to gaming in childhood in quarantine, and now that you were like coining up, you're just spending shit on like nostalgia.
I'm just like 17 again. Yes. In many ways.
Now you got to buy Johns for your avatar. You have too much money to get around now.
Too many Johns.
Yeah. Got it.
Jian, it's been a wild year.
I'm saving up for furniture and a ring, though. But I don't want to get to
nice,
the last episode.
Damn adult stuff.
Does Janice listen to the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Does she know?
Yeah.
Shit.
I hope she does. This would be a bad way to break the news.
It'd be horrible, yeah. No, you got to get down on one knee when this comes out on Tuesday.
She probably listens to you guys more than she would listen to me, so it's totally fine.
Janice, if you're listening, say yes.
You should actually, I was going to say, you should thank her for, a certain deal you guys did on your previous endeavor.
That is absolutely factual. That is true. Janice has put more money in our pockets directly than Jian ever did.
Chuck, you want to thank Janice for having your first ever breakfast beans?
Yes. I would love. Thank you, Janice. That was an experience of a lifetime. I wish I could live it back.
It was a tradition unlike any other. Balthazar breakfast.
Toyota-thon.
Yes. I was telling her earlier, I'm like, I'm going to talk to them about it and see if that makes us even finally for us accidentally missing your ceremony because of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, listen. You were on Filipino wedding time, which you told me.
You can't say that.
No. It is a factual statement that all Filipino weddings start 2 hours after when the invitation sets.
Correct.
Why don't I tell you, James?
Jian, or Lawrence, is Jian forgiven for missing?
He's been forgiving. I'm not about here to judge another man for his culture.
And Jian's fit was hard on wedding day. That's for sure.
Yeah, I perceived it. My. You
had the bolo tie, right? You had the bolo tie.
Yeah,
the bolo tie, the Legache horses shirt.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
It's Texas.
Yeah, from my point of view, it was absolutely devastating and quite frankly almost ruined our special day. But it's this man's culture, so I can't ever hold it against him because I'm just such a good guy.
You don't want to be canceled in 2020 for criticizing the Filipino guy for missing your wedding because he's on Filipino time.
Yeah, exactly. I would hate to do that. That would be so bad for business.
Well, let's get into meats and cheeks real quick. The third and final segment.
Sure.
What is your girlfriend Janice? I was trying not to say her name because I didn't know what the policy was around here, but whatever. Lauren said her name a million times. And
shout out Janice.
Great IG follow. What does she think of your John's addiction?
It's annoying.
It's annoying what she thinks of it, or she thinks it's annoying?
No, she thinks it's annoying. It gets annoying. But that's fine.
She gets annoying.
She, she knew what she signed up for.
Yeah, that's
she? Did you have to hide? Did you have to hide the addiction in your early dating days?
No, I didn't. She makes sure I'm on top of things in terms of like actually getting rid of stuff. So it's great. And honestly, like she loves gear too, which is great. I mean, she used to work at PRPS. Has a very extensive knowledge of denim. And of course, given her current job working for a certain Japanese clothing company that may or may not have sponsored the pod in the past, is privy to, a lot of stuff in the pipeline. So she's certainly about it in that sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Throw up to you. Shout out Janice. Well, here's a question for you. Does she begrudge the fact that like you clearly have more space allotted because you definitely have more shit? Is she trying to like make it more equitable, or she just wants you to keep up the churn so that you guys don't fall into financial despair?
She doesn't want a pile of clothes to fall on her, and that's how she dies.
It's both, yeah. Like so she wants to make sure that we're certainly planning for the future, and I'm not spending all of our money because it's not my money; it's our money now.
Okay.
So you hitting that shit raw? Is that what you're saying?
Good God.
No comment,
Come on, man.
Come on, James. We're in a very loving, functional, stable, committed relationship. Which means
I'm talking about kids, bro.
We leave some room for the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
give ourselves till marriage.
You fucked through a shit.
And she is, a very devout Catholic woman, and I'm trying to be the entity of that.
Yes, there might be parents
also,
listening.
her dad is Chinese and owns guns and swords, so therefore, I don't even. And
even throwing stars. I mean, does he have a whole fucking arsenal here? God damn, bro.
He has a veritable arsenal, yeah. Damn. And he's also like an engineer, so that means he could like invent weapons if he wanted to. So
he's gonna invent new ways to murder you if you fuck his daughter over.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah.
So we talked about we talked about your enigmatic personal style, to put it nicely.
Mm-hmm. She invents characters, which I actually like. Essentially, if I'm walking out looking like a dickhead, she'll just be like, "You look like X thing." Like she roasts me, and it's
you look like Captain Dickhead. If you're dressed like a captain, if you're dressed like an astronaut, you look like astronaut dickhead.
I have like this Dries coat from spring 20 that has like this all over sunflower print. And then she sent me a photo of Will Smith from the Fresh Prince in like the sunflower mask.
I am your sunshine. Your sunshine.
That Dries collection, Fresh Prince of Dickhead.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
As I believe it was called.
It's roasting
Fresh
the
Dickhead
Prince of love. That's how you know it's real. You know, it's great.
Damn.
No, she definitely roasts your ass and like keeps you in check. Which you'd be you'd be extra monstrous if it wasn't for her. So thank God for Janice. But let's talk about the pre-Janice days and your personal style, which again can only be described as enigmatic. I think I'm saying that right.
It's nuclear. The shit is nuclear, nice radioactive.
How much ass has your personal style prevented you from getting?
Yeah. Can we even? Are there numbers that high?
I don't even think so. Yeah.
You just always put Steve's over butt.
Yeah, I mean
Steve's before V's, you know what I'm saying?
But also just being awkward as well.
Sure,
that too.
But did you ever go on a blind date or anything where like it was just like Jesus fucking Christ, where someone had just a complete reaction to your bozo behavior?
Oh, like woman repeller?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure.
I can't recall. You know, and I don't even know if that ever. Yeah, I can't say that like I ever dressed in a way.
There's a good lesson there. It's not your shitty fit that you think is cool for your friends that's preventing you from getting laid to the 8 million.
It's always yourself.
Yeah, it's always you. It's
always
your
you.
Personality. But by the way, your outfit is very fucking cool. So you got some friends with me and James.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that's the thing. I think you tweeted that, right? It was back when we had that idea of like, dressing as part of being attractive. And it's like, it's really not at all. There's dudes in cargo shorts and like brown rainbow flip-flops.
And if your girl hates your fit, that means your fit is fucking fire. I mean, we said that a million times. I mean, that's just fucking
dressing for the
taxes.
boys.
That's like, you can book that shit, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the boys, we got Chuck and Chef that are on standby for the last 2 hours. In 60 seconds of thirst, we're going to turn the mic over to them. They're going to ask you anything, pitch you on something. You had some very kind words about Chuck. You know, Chef's pedigree speaks for itself. Chuck, we'll start with you. Mike is yours.
Jian, you like clothes. And I was wondering, if you could only wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I would quit. That's the deal I would not take.
You'd be naked?
One outfit for the rest of my life, dude. I don't even know.
Like not a life worth living?
Is that even a life? Yeah, straight up.
What do you think of uniform dressers then? Who are like, I just know what I like.
That's not me. You know, for me, clothes are a form of having fun, and that's why I tend to just go crazy sometimes.
Do you have, kind of related to Chuck's question, which I wish you had an answer to, like, do you have an all-time fit that is like your number one?
I mean, you know, I think everyone goes through phases where it's like they wear similar versions of the same thing. So that's why, like, if I were to dedicate my life to like one outfit now, it's certainly a lot different than it would have been last month. Because I think, you know, that's the
last irony. Month. I mean, I think some people, if they would repeat what you just said, they might be like 3 years ago. You're saying your swag switches up at a level. I guess you could probably see the most granular shift in your swag because, like, you're that kind of. I think we all are. But you're telling me that for the most part, the way you dressed a month ago, you look at a picture and you're like, I don't like how I looked there.
No, it's not like I don't like how I looked. It's like I got new stuff since then that I wear more. You know,
so it's just a frequency thing.
What's your current number one fit in September? Which is a very interesting month.
I mean, right now I'm all about the double knee work pants from like the ALD ones that Lawrence has, the 18 East ones, and the ripstop.
I wore them in the lookbook, Jian.
Yeah. You didn't get them in real life?
No, I have them in real life. I'm just saying, famously, that was my look in the lookbook. You know, I'm a model.
Infamously,
they're the best pants Teddy's made. ever.
They're really good.
They're the
best fitting double knees probably on the market besides probably the 18 East, but it's a different fit.
Yeah, different fit. And I think it's like the hardcore canvas, which is nice. Either those, what else? Like anything in that kind of work pant, the Noah work pants that I wear a lot as well. Sometimes like the Noah Gurkha pants that I bought at Nordstrom.
Mm-hmm. Some high-waisted Johns.
Yeah. So like some kind of wide pant and
big boys
shirt.
All right. Is that because you find that's like better aesthetically for like your body type, or would you say that's like it for anyone at home who's like trend forecasting? Is it all about like short, wide, pleated trousers, or is that just for you? You think it looks good for you?
I mean, a little bit of both. You know, I think short, wide, pleated trousers are like having a moment, and they certainly aren't like huge and mainstream.
Right.
That way too. But I mean, for me, it's like just the work pants speak to utility. I got tired of wearing sweatpants all the time, and they just look good with loafers and they look good with Jordans.
So form meets function.
Being that Nordstrom is like a national, like
Stussy Loro Piana ones. Yeah, I wear those a lot too. Those are also work pants.
Do you ever have to kind of like, and I know you've only been there for a few weeks, but kind of temper the East Coast elitism of like your snobbery when it comes to John's, because Nordstrom is a national brand that has to sell to people of all ilks, right? Mm-hmm. So like you can't be too ahead of the curve. Like, do you find, and this isn't a bad thing at all, it's just the fucking job. Like, do you find that you have to kind of like rein in your absurdity a little bit when it comes to your output?
I mean, yes and no, in the sense that like sort of my vision for what we can be, which is like a really big ambition, is kind of like a barometer for American men's style, right? And in some ways you guys are that, because it's like there's people who listen to what you have to say both in New York and people in the middle of nowhere who are also just like, man, I wish my friends dressed like this. So
man, if only there was a way you could partner up with the only podcast.
If only, right?
If only had the head of BizDev on the line right now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, I'm a firm believer in regional style still and how that manifests at a local level. And I still think it does. I mean, if I'm traveling to a different state, I'm going to like DC or, hanging out at home in Virginia. It's like I'm wearing different gear. So,
Interesting.
No. All right. Chuck, great question. Maybe not the question itself, but the conversation that it engendered.
What a great tangent.
Thank you, Chuck. Chef, anything you'd like to ask or pitch Jian on while you have your 30 seconds of thirst?
Yeah. I mean, dude, you're smart as shit, and you have a great work ethic too. And I was just wondering, what keeps you motivated? Like, you know?
I can ask my doctor what the technical name for it is. Honestly, dude, it's
manic depression.
I always just think of it as if I were to run into my 12-year-old self like tomorrow, would he like be totally stoked or like bummed where I was at? And I think that's what keeps me humble, right? Is like knowing that it is
bummed. Is he bummed?
Yeah, he's so disappointed. You're fucking he's dusty broke ass.
Yeah, he's super disappointed. And to me, like that's
you're
what
still a virgin.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get past the warehouse in Tony Hawk.
Honestly, there's one box that I need to find still, but I haven't played.
Yeah, we're aware. That's why you're a virgin, dog.
Yeah. So young Jian, when he's fucking stomping on DDR. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Jian was a nationally recognized DDRsman. Dance Revolution. The shit where you like stomp on the arrows and like try to hit. It's like Guitar Hero, but for dancing. What?
Is that true?
You.
Nationally ranked?
Bro, no, not nationally recognized. You were invited to different this is what you started for your love for panels, was you got invited to like DDR panels and shit. You had a DDR blog.
That is fake news. I went to anime conventions. Totally different. Totally different.
Did you used to hold it from the back?
Yeah.
No.
That was the sign of a real pro. All the kids at my university, they would hold it from the back and just be like, they just be going crazy.
I wish people at home could see Chuck act that out.
Yeah, that was
Jian did slam poetry.
That is true.
That's definitely embarrassing.
That is 100%
maybe
true.
More embarrassing than being like a DDR guy. But you are a DDR guy. Like if all of us went to Dave & Buster's, right?
Got some juicy tubies.
You hopped on DDR, you would like blow us out of the water, is what James is saying.
Correct. I haven't played in a while though, but yeah, essentially
it's like riding a video game.
Well, DDR
it's like riding a
cardio in high school. That's what it comes down to. I lost 15 pounds because I did DDR and then I started running.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
a true rags to riches story.
Yeah, exactly.
So that
without DDR, I wouldn't be like into John's because I would still like be.
Right. So what does that skinny Twinkie DDR head think of current day Jian?
Yeah. What's his review?
I mean, I still, you asked what I was spending my money on earlier, and I wasn't sure if I was going to save this for fuck with, not fuck with, but I'm still building Gundam models. So I think, I'm about to be 35, and I think it's just this point of reconciliation where, some of the stuff I used to be into that I was like ashamed of, I'm just like, why be ashamed of that when it's like actually.
What's your Gundam budget, monthly speaking?
I mean, I'm like 3 kits behind because Uniqlo did a deal where they sent you 2 kits as part of a gift with purchase.
Okay.
And then I just haven't had time. So I have like 3 on the back burner.
Are Gundam, and you like build them and paint them like model trains, right?
Like Steve Carell and 40-Year-Old Virgin?
I don't paint them. The kind I use, the kind I'm used to building now.
How do you use them, sir?
Yeah, sorry. There's like different grades of kits, right? So there's master grade, perfect grade, and there's different scales. So a recent thing that they've invented because of how poly ABS plastic kits can be like molded now, it's called real grade, which is essentially like one.
You lost me, dog.
So it's like they essentially found a way to make like these really high quality, super articulated kits that would be like $150.
Okay.
They made them smaller and they made them like $45.
That's cool.
If you didn't have
toys, they're literally toys. They're
model kits.
If you didn't live with your girlfriend, this episode title would be the 35-Year-Old Virgin.
Do you make them kiss honestly, like cause toys? That's what Chuck wanted to know.
No, actually,
like the dolls.
I've gotten rid of most of dolls. My cause toys.
You got rid of your streetwear dolls? No. Oh no, you're so sexy. Don't get rid of your streetwear dolls.
Dude, that sounds like a very therapeutic hobby, though, man. I think that's pretty cool.
Because I think during quartz, if you got into puzzles, for me, it was just getting back into the act of just like actually. I'm going to paint your summer pants blue. To quote 40-Year-Old Virgin, but there is a very aspect to it.
References are sick, bro.
Yeah.
All right. It is mad therapeutic. I'm not going to lie.
No, thank you, Chef. Great question. Again, great questions for the Groms. Let's get into the segment that you've been referencing for 2 hours plus now, Gene, which is Fuck With Not Fuck With.
Working title.
So working title.
I was looking at the mixtape cover for tomorrow that Chuck made. That's so
it's
beautiful.
Gas. It's fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Jian, what are you fucking with? What are you not fucking with? First up, brands. What brands are you fucking with right now?
Tilak is one thing I'm really feeling.
The fuck is that?
Tilak. It is the Czech military uniform manufacturing company. So
what?
They have this jacket called.
Real quick before we get into this, do you do research to get like as esoteric and
come on,
possible?
Dog? This is on purpose right now.
This is next. Dude. This is vintage Jian shit right here.
Wait, they make uniforms.
It's like Czech military gear. But here's the thing.
The Czech military.
You're not into that Croatian shit anymore?
No. I think it was until 2014, they made acronym gear. So I think like the J1A.
Got it.
Like that. So their most popular jacket, because I'm on a huge M65, like technical kind of military jacket mood. I just got like this Valence LT, Field LT, which is fire. But so
that's your star salute. Your undercover Imperial one. That's right. The same. It's you love shit like that.
I do.
Do you hate it when NFL players kneel for the national anthem?
No, I don't. Do the Czech military?
Do you get onto the airplane first?
My dad was a pilot, so
jump back.
It is that, and I'm airman. Guys, don't forget, I used to work for the DOD, so it's
that's right.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
I have less stolen valor than anyone here.
You're a neocon, bro. I forgot Jian helped sell the war in Iraq, bro. This man was.
What was the mascot, like Mickey the Missile or some shit? Like,
I don't know.
You'd like tweet from Mickey the Missile's voice on Twitter?
No, I think one of the craziest things I had to do was I had to write a non-denominational Christmas poem for Toby Keith to read to the troops. This is 100% true.
Toby Keith is in I Love This Bar, Toby Keith?
100% I Love This Bar, Toby Keith. Like,
wait, do you remember some specific bars?
Some stanzas?
I think the poem was called "'Twas a Night in December." And I think it still might be on YouTube.
Wow.
You just had to make it as non-denominational as possible.
Who edited that?
I don't know. Obama?
Toby.
Thanks, Obama.
This is going straight to Barack's desk. He's got to make sure that we're addressing every single kind of denomination and not mentioning Jesus once, even though it's his birthday.
Seriously, I forgot that you were part of the fucking. Did you work at the Pentagon?
Yeah.
I went for the military-industrial complex and just complex. That was a trajectory.
That was a bar. What else are you fucking with besides Tilak, the Czech military apparel provider?
Please tell me you got more fucking rabbits in your fucking hat.
Yeah, dude. Homies Network. Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah, that's this podcast.
Yeah,
you sound like Stefan on SNL, bro. Every time you start a fucking brand. What are you talking about? What is it called? The Homies Co?
Homies Network. Dude,
what is it?
There's this dude named Kyoto Umeki who like James, the Japanese American born in New York. I think he's like literally 16. He skates on Noah's team and is affiliated with like Frog Skateboards. But I think it's his brand. But he does like these really cutesy graphics and characters, and he has like this amazing all over print hoodie. But he also has like this sweater with an image of a burning cop car that with proceeds going to charity that was like taken during the Soho protest.
I think I saw this.
Seen that,
yeah. So
is it cartoony?
It's amazing. It's super cartoony anime, kind of like super.
What is this?
Characters?
Homies Network.
Homies Network.
Okay.
So Clubhouse, basically. Clubhouse.
It's a cool version of Clubhouse called Homies Network.
Got it. Cool.
And then, I mean, last one, probably Tory Van Thompson.
What?
Dude, Tory Van Thompson. Look him up on Instagram. He makes like, you know those like Needles pants, the Rebuild by Needles Dickies that are like mashups of two different Dickies?
Well, it was Sonic Lab. That was before Rebuild, right?
Maybe. But I know that there's a...
They still do them?
There's an existing Needles silhouette called like the donkey pant. That's essentially like two Dickies that are sewn together.
Oh, okay.
But Tory Van Thompson, I think he's a student at NYU. He does that. I met him at Dave's because he was doing this.
Buying Dickies?
No, like Dave's had him at the shop. Like,
oh, what? Really?
Dickies, yeah. And he was like doing these custom Dave shirts. But he's also a young black designer worth supporting.
Is it like Kiko vibes, like the mashup type stuff, or?
No, it's like super. It's like more like creative color blocking, and he does stuff with 3M. And
these sound fucking fire. I need to get
like 150 because like the Needles ones were like 350 for just two Dickies that are now one Dickie. And Tory's doing it custom. I think it's on a made to order basis. You can like sort of customize whatever colors you want.
Sick.
But, yeah, they're sick.
I love that. Wait, what's his name? I'm going to take a note.
Tory Van Thompson.
Tory Van Thompson. Love it.
Fire.
All right. What about not fucking with? Who do you?
Yeah.
Do you want to get negative or maybe just speak generally?
Jian, like how do you like keep up? Like, how much time do you devote per day, kind of just like hunting or just on discovery? I guess.
I mean, pretty much when I'm not doing stuff like this.
So all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that's always in like the back of my mind. It's just like, in the same way that when you listen to music and you're just like, oh, well, I like Nirvana, so let me discover the Meat Puppets and let me like kind of retroactively look at who Daniel Johnston was from this T-shirt Kurt Cobain wore. Yeah, but that's just the nerd in me, right? It's just like you just go down these K-holes. And so for me, it's like, that's how I utilize what my friends like on Instagram is like, what are they into? Sort of like who watches the Watchmen type beat. And I think
who Jian's the Jian.
Yeah. But I think, it's that. And then it's also just getting put onto other people. Like there's this dude, Matthew Vu, also fucking with. He has this brand called the WWW, and he makes T-shirts, like bootleg T-shirts for movies like Hard Boiled, Rumble in the Bronx, Kiss of the Dragon. And it's pretty fire. But also big fucking with the new Fleet Foxes album.
I tried to listen to it. I was never a Fleet Foxes fan. Nope. Couldn't get into it. Yeah. Also, I just purchased some Tory Van Thompson pants. Thank you for that. But yeah, so I mean, we'll get into music, Jian, but we're just talking about brands right now.
They're 160. Wait, James, did you really? I'm on the site right now too. Did you buy them? You buy?
Yeah, I'll send you the colorways. So
we got to make sure we're not double. I really like these. I really like these. Good looks, Jian. This is copying. See, this is fellow Johns enthusiasts helping fellow Johns enthusiasts.
That's what it's about.
Whoever does the Reddit,
show notes,
dump link or link dump show notes. Definitely include this Tory Van Thompson, Tory with a Y.
That's the 35-year-old virgin difference right there.
What brands are you not fucking with though?
Honestly, I don't know. There's like not
doing it right.
It's hard for me to hate brands, right? Because it's like, Lawrence, you can relate of like being in that place where you say that don't do something, and then
Amazon Basics. You fuck with the Amazon Basics.
Wait, Gene, what was your point? Before James so rudely interrupted.
My point was like
you're connecting with me
to be on a negative. It's so easy to look at it down the line and be like, you know what, that's kind of cool now. Because it's like if you look at how to talk to girls at parties or sartorially inclined, it's like never wear sneakers with a suit.
Yeah, you don't want to be you want to give yourself some wiggle room because you never know how the things are going to shake out.
But you should never wear sneakers with a suit. So there's that.
G and I, we're on the same wavelength, buddy. I was just having a thought where it's like, damn, I wonder how many times I've contradicted myself because I wanted to have such a firm opinion for no reason, because just, feeling strongly about something for no real reason that you're just going to walk back later. Like it's not worth putting it out there.
It's not. And so, when it comes to like being negative about things, it's like brands can come around.
All right.
Never wear sneakers with a suit. That's what we're trying to tell you. Never do it.
What about general trends?
Let me just say this. Like, it's not that there's necessarily brands I hate, but there's brands I don't pay attention to, but it costs me nothing to pay them no mind. So
Jay-Z, famous Hove said,
yeah, exactly.
All right. So let's talk about general trends you're not fucking with. And maybe people can extrapolate from there and be like, okay, so I shouldn't do that. Like what's something you're seeing, whether it's commonplace or maybe it just fell off and you're no longer, about that. Like what's a general John's move that you're not fucking with anymore?
See, I literally just talked about this. It's like I'm not going to contradict myself in that way because it's like,
Gene, you got to have some spine, some backbone. Like there's got to be some shit you don't fuck with.
I don't know, man. Because to me, it's like if somebody learned how to ride a bike yesterday, who am I to rob him of the joy of getting to
of crashing and breaking their collarbone?
Literally steal his bike.
Yeah, who am I to steal his bike?
Or to crash and break their collarbone and learn not to fucking go that fast.
It's like it's so easy to be like, oh, dude, I hate like the dudes still wearing suits that are tailored just to fit around their calves.
Right.
And
I get it. Like you don't want to drag someone because they might become a brand in Nordstrom. It's not in my
nature to be like such a hater in the same way that you Lawrence draw a line in the sand.
Sure,
and that's why you guys have this podcast.
Fair enough.
We hate on a lot of shit, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to positive. Let's talk about sneakers and footwear first off. What sneakers are you currently fucking with? Because you are
what's your rotation?
Big copper.
Let's just do the rotation.
Yeah, rotation.
Right now.
Union Jordan 4s, both colorways.
Do you have both?
I have those in the Zoom 92s.
How blessed.
I didn't get blessed. I bought them all. Chris sent me one pair, but I did buy like a heavy stock in that collection. NB 993s in the indigo. It used to. I'm wearing those more than the Jian 992s.
What's been your fave NB collab of the year?
Double taps.
You were very much about those.
I'm super about those.
It's a great shoe. Wait, which Jian do you have, gray or green?
Green.
Green is very good. I know it's like obviously like, it's the shoe, the Pantone, just like our shorts, Pantone of the year.
Right.
And our boots.
We were smart to carpet bag the fuck out of these fucking Zoodboard followers ourselves. But it's a good shoe. I mean, the double taps is it's a great shoe.
Yeah.
Good,
also the brain dead beatniks.
Got those
recently.
Yeah, dude, you love a moo print.
I love a moo. Yeah,
you're a big brain dead guy.
Well, Kyle's the homie. I mean, James, you probably know him longer than me, but like so you got to support.
What's the old shit? Axis Folk Technology, James.
Axis Folk Tech. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
And Farm Tactics.
Farm Tactics was. I think it was his first one, and then it was Axis Folk, and then it was Brain Dead.
Yeah,
Twix.
What about non-sneakers?
Gucci loafers. Just the classic lug sole. I want to get the Dior oblique ones.
Really?
Sadly, we did not get them at Nordstrom, so I can't get them at a discount.
What's your discount?
Yeah, what is that? What's that hitting for?
Like 30%.
Do they know, like, could we put in personal orders with you?
No. I'm not trying to get fired. I've been there for 8 months.
Nice, dude. Gene just winked. You can't see it. If anyone, no, I mean, Gene didn't wink. Sorry, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
We'll text Sam the cheeky geezer.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheeky.
Also, I mean, I'm in search of like a new loafer for sure, but I've been just wearing a ton of Wallabies and Docs.
Nice.
Well, shouts to the Doc Martens plug.
Jian, should I cop? I'm a little tipsy off the sake. Should I cop the Trebian Adieu collab?
I love those shoes.
They're good.
Those are hard.
Might have to. Yeah.
Those are really good. I just don't know how they fit. But
James knows. James has a pair already.
Yeah. And they have the Adieu loafer, just like straight loafer with the crepe sole, the two-tone crepe sole. They have on crazy sale for like $140.
Wait, how do they fit? True to size.
A little tight, but true to size. So I'm a 42. I would get a 42.
Got it. Good to know.
But like they'll stretch out.
Yeah, that's a good silhouette. It's with that fit.
It's beefy. That shit is dummy.
It's a thick boy, yeah, for sure. Are there any shoes?
And mules are sick too, to me.
The what?
The tan ones, the Jacquemus like mules. Like
those are good.
Oh, those are fucking diesel.
I'm waiting for the 4S mule boys though. Those are gas.
Those are gonna hit for sure. Those will be hitting.
Also big fucking with the 4S design.
Yes, that collection is spring is so fucking good.
Dude, I want that sexy Cardi.
I visited Angelo in Long Island to do a personal studio visit.
Oh, word? How's it looking IRL?
Yeah. It's sick. It's sick.
Jian, did you know that little fact over here? I was supposed to be the model in the lookbook, but
what happened?
A model.
Oh wow,
A model.
Oh, yeah. Should we talk about the fact that you guys recorded the podcast out of the High Snob office?
That was the German bunker. I guess
the German bunker.
That was the German bunker. If you guys will remember that really fucking hilarious joke that we said just the right amount of times where it was still funny right up until the last fucking drop. That was the High Snobiety offices at 11 p.m. at night, give or take.
That's
fucking cold.
Being of service and really
the southern tip of Manhattan, just the fucking wind tunnel, just screaming off the Wall Street Bull.
We were the pre-cum on the tip of Manhattan, on the mushroom tip. That shit was. I mean, I would never be going down there otherwise. You know, besides, committing white collar crimes.
You guys are welcome for that.
Oh, thank you, Jian. No, that was a lifesaver for real. Is there any footwear that you see out there that you are currently, and let's use that caveat, you're currently not fucking with, because you may one day fuck with it, but currently not fucking with?
I mean, it's still Vibram 5 fingers, I think, and even the Detmoldt version of that.
What do you think of the Balenciaga soccer cleats?
Oh yeah, no,
the Predators.
It's not for me. That's what I think. That's what my thing is. It's not for me.
Because you don't play soccer.
Because I don't play soccer.
Stop saying soccer.
Footy,
mate. On Twitter like recently as well. I just like that whole kind of early 2000s like club shoe aesthetic. It just gives me like very, very big Aldo
Green Street
vibes.
Hooligans vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Stop saying soccer. All right, Jian, we already know. Let's move on to last round, next round. We know what your last round was. Yeah. I forget what it was, but you mentioned it. What was the Muumus? The Brother Versailles.
The brother Valley cousin Greg's.
Versailles.
Why do you call it brother?
Right? He said Brother Versailles.
What is it?
Dude, it's Brother Valley's.
Oh, my bad.
Brother Valley's. It's spelled like jellies with a V. So
yeah.
Before that, what was the last John you copped at full retail?
Independent black designer, a woman, James. Come on.
Last John, I copped it full retail before this. The Union stuff. I got in
both
on
fours,
apparel, sneakers, the whole spread.
No flow team,
right?
That stuff. I was just able to put an order in. So
fire.
Because, as you guys say, the post sneaker world's the counter hype Gemini, if you will, is about how spending money as a reward is kind of.
Do you believe in the post sneaker world? And do you know what our kind of definition is? It's not saying no sneakers ever. It's just like,
did I not do the High Snob interview with you guys about that?
Yeah, James, come on, bro.
Do you believe in it though? Like personally speaking?
Yeah, of course, dude. I mean, for me, it's like you guys say post sneaker world. For me, it's just like opting out. Some days you just don't want to run the race. Some days you want to walk through the street and not feel like you're looking at dude's shoes.
Spending money should not be a privilege, right? That's how you just said, like, that to me that's at least what I personally am fighting. Like, that's so ridiculous to be like,
sure.
Please, can I please spend money with you, Mr. Nike? Please. Like,
dude, it's exactly like the Back to 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's Jonah Hill being like, I don't think you understand. I want to give you money for these shoes and take these home.
Please, yeah. That's why Throne fits. The only podcast that matters. You know, the most democratic, transparent podcast in the fucking game. Everything that we release is pre-order. And some people might say that's because James and Lawrence are trying to maximize profits so that they can fucking wring out every poor scoundrel that listens to the show for every last cent. No. We do it because everyone who wants it should get the chance to buy it.
Look, I just
do it to minimize loss.
Why you guys can't pre-make 100 pairs of X thing and then sell it to people?
Well, because there might be more than 100 people that
selling out.
Said
Jian, I don't know. Selling out isn't cool, Jian. You know what's cool?
Selling in.
Selling 837 pairs of shorts.
More actually.
Is that cool?
Yes, very cool.
Maybe. Yeah, and shipping them in October.
I was just trying to paraphrase. I think someone commented that.
What?
Something along those lines of like, I don't know. There was some
but that's not how it works.
Manufacturing expert that was like,
yes,
no,
exactly.
guys, here's how it works. You guys make it and then sell it and then people buy it.
Right.
You know, I'm doing research in retail, which, you know, admittedly, I don't have as much experience as I do in the media and trend.
Sure.
So.
But the other thing is that we
feel unprepared to some degree.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I might fail, but like to an upward trajectory.
Nice.
Well, you're like, nah, Mr. Nordstrom, it's cool. Trust me, as a consumer, I buy two of everything. So that's what most consumers are going to want to do.
Yeah, right. One to rock, exactly. One to stock. It will guaranteed.
What about speaking of copying, what's the next John you got your eye on, Jian? What's up next? Your next John?
Man, you know, one is I'm just paying off debt, which is my primary thing. Two is, you know, I mentioned like saving up for Rang money. Yeah.
Rang money.
You're gonna get some Greg Una.
Can I come to your wedding?
Dude, yeah, come on, man. You're gonna be an usher.
I'll do the door for free.
I'm just
you'll do the door.
Chuck, you can be in the party. Not that I would have one.
I can turn down Nick Grant if you want me to.
Turn him away
just for laughs.
Damn, Chuck, don't do any racial profiling at the door.
Wow, that's crazy.
At Jian's wedding, bro. Wait, Jian, you said...
That's also funny that you assume that Nick Grant would get an invite.
Woo! Jian, are you going to show up? Are you going to show up 2 hours late to your own wedding?
Yeah.
Dude, it's literally a Filipino wedding, so yeah.
How many wardrobe changes are you going to do at your own wedding?
2. I think,
2
is customary.
2 changes, three fits total.
Customary for what? A Jones enthusiast? What do you mean?
No, because it's like there's like the wedding fit.
You come riding in on a Tom Brown.
I wore a tux. Yeah. I wore the same joint throughout. So you call me fucking?
No, but it's like broke? It's an Asian wedding, so it's like there might be like a change into something more traditional, like a Barong Tagalog or something, because I'm Filipino.
Got it. Which you'll have custom made by Jun Takahashi,
and then he'll get into his.
I'll get a Filipino designer to do that.
Who's the best Filipino designer right now out in the game?
Oh, man. Now you're putting me on the spot.
I mean,
there's like a lot of really cool independent ones. Actually, there's an amazing furniture designer, Kenneth Cabonplay. He's really sick.
And this is what I want to ask you. You said you're saving up for a ring and furniture.
Yeah.
You said, right? So what pieces of furniture are next up? Maybe that are next Johns within a reasonable amount.
Yeah. I really
this
like
small Swedish designer
is doing the small IKEA legacy.
IKEA, please say.
Maybe you know Chuck's boy Herman.
Yeah.
IKEA Miyake.
No, but yeah, I think
the champagne of chairs, Herman Miller. Fame, right? That's what it is.
Herman Miller. Herman Miller wouldn't be bad, but I'm not in the place where I can like seriously consider what it would be. But I wouldn't mind owning some stuff from Kenneth Cabonplay because his stuff is like on like some Daniel Lee Bottega Veneta type.
Wait, excuse me, Bottega Veneta is how it's pronounced? Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Isn't that how it's pronounced?
Is it? I don't know. I have no
idea anymore. You're gaslighting.
Wait, bro, come on.
Bottega Veneta or Bottega Veneta?
Veneta.
Either way, I feel dumb as shit right now. Yeah. V for Veneta.
All right, after this, we're going to go on YouTube and go how to pronounce Bottega Veneta.
Yeah.
Veneta.
Because it's Italian. Right?
Sounds like a nice like little party thing when you say Veneta.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. You immediately had me shaking in my boots and I've been pronouncing it wrong forever.
I don't know where I heard that, but I heard that's how it's...
Just say Bottega. Just say Bottega, right? That's
just say beeves.
Because like this really nice woven furniture that's like an update of traditional...
It looks like a sandal?
Wicker furniture. No, well, it doesn't look like a sandal, but it has
my man copped a chair at the sandal store.
Yeah, Yeah, the fucking woven shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, it's a Malibu sandal you can sit on.
Hell
it's
yeah.
a Malibu chair, baby.
I want to put my ass on that. All right, Jian, we don't want to tell you how to live your life. However, like we said, the Jian DeLeon is the only person having a good 2020. Right. Is it Filipino hex? I don't know. Is the world going to shit for the benefit of Jian? Maybe.
These are your reparations, I think, in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
It's God giving back for making you get no pussy and be a huge nerd.
The worse the world gets, the better Jian does. And it seems like you're going to keep on winning.
Yeah.
What
happens if these things are what happens if these two things are inversely related, so that you need the world to continue to suffer? Yeah. Will you take that trade-off? Did you deserve that? How do you feel?
No, man, it's not about me. If I had to sacrifice.
This whole pod's about you, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you were to make me choose one or the other, it's all about the greater good for me.
Have you spent more money this year on John's or on donations to Black Lives Matter organizations?
Probably donations. I mean, I have recurring ones already set, but also it's like, where do you, in what way would you put, continuing to patronize businesses run by Black people and people of color, whether that be a donation and it's especially if it's something that you would already do.
Yeah.
And also, because I was at High Snob until very recently, sort of figuring out ways to use that platform to build awareness of that message, I feel like certainly is part of doing the work, which is a very strange position to be someone who's certainly, not Black, but also not wanting to deputize every person of color on staff to be like, hey, look, you have to do this content now, which was a problem because of the makeup of our staff for sure. So, but that was a very interesting time to be at that company, because I think everyone had a fire under their ass and we were able to really galvanize some really strong content out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about the content, but I think it's about a way of really being able to stand up for what we actually believe in and communicate that in a way.
What do you think about some of the and the last time I checked on this, it seemed like High Snob obviously came out and did the apology for the Amrata interview that that went nuclear, and the comments. Well, the comments on that were interesting. The comments on the Tom of Sweden post was really interesting. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
Tom of Finland, excuse me. Tom of Finland. I don't want to be racist myself. Tom of Finland. And then even...
that's a homophobic thing. Tom of Finland.
Oh, that's right.
And even Supreme with the get out and vote stuff. The comments are kind of crazy. And I don't know how much of this is trolling. Do you think that there's this weird political problem that streetwear needs to address? Because there's I think it's more complicated than I ever really thought about.
I think it's a social media thing in general.
Yeah, it is a social media
because literally any post about voting or being politically engaged, it honestly scares me, because I just don't know how many people who are saying, I'm voting for Trump, I'm registered to vote and voting for Trump, how many of them are bots and how many of them are real people? Because it's even on Mule Boys, it's we posted Patagonia mules with the Vote the Assholes Out tag. Mm-hmm. It's just an account with 5,000 something followers all of a sudden being oh yeah, no, can't wait to vote for Trump. And so it's scary to me how that algorithm is really bringing out, I'm not sure if those are real people or not. And it's scary considering how close we are to the election. And if that sort of manufactured sentiment is any real reflection of what we're going to see, because I feel like
or just being used as a tool. Who cares about whether it's super effective or even just a little bit effective? It's being used as some type of weird leverage.
Yeah, exactly. And it's scary as shit, because it's just everyone's been locked up, and then everything is so digitized now more than ever. So it has a lot more credence than it would if we were not in these apocalypse times.
Everyone's too horny. James has said this, but this is the horniest that people have ever been, and that's the problem, and that's James's take, and it's a good take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's an amazing
This is the horny epoch. Well, look, Jian, regardless of kind of you can't separate, your current, rise in life with the larger context. But I think that, the good things that are coming to you are well-deserved. Absolutely. You deserve all these amazing accolades and, bonuses and recognition and so on and so forth. You're a fucking OG. Virgil wasn't out. He wasn't, off the mark when he called you one of the most creative and important thinkers of our time. that being said, all right, Lawrence and I, we know you pretty well. Yeah. We've been office mates.
We farted in each other's general vicinity.
We farted like Kanye to a Yeezy. we were farting next to each other for hours on end. We're all good homies here. We want to see you do even better. And to that end, we want to offer up some constructive criticism, which you can leave it, you can take it. We highly suggest you take all of it, because if you take all of it, any guest that's taken our constructive criticism has immediately just like leveled up. Right.
Yeah.
So
this is a fact.
We're just going to go one by one. I'll start off first. You famously, actually infamously, and Lawrence now knows the definition of the word because I explained it to him, have blog life tattooed across the insides of your fingers.
It's true.
You no longer work for a blog, my guy. Change your blog life tattoo to shop life.
Yeah. Stop capping.
I mean, all right. Sure.
Yeah.
Do that.
But maybe it's also a keyboard side though, so no one can see.
Yeah, but maybe that's like the real test for Nordstrom. Like, is he about this life?
Actually, what if I get
blood in, blood out?
You get what?
Nord life.
Nord life?
Yeah,
that sounds like some white supremacist shit.
Yeah. When's the last time you got the blog life tattoo touched up?
I don't know, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No, not even 3 years ago. Longer than 3 years ago.
When you even got it touched up the last time, I was like, oh, damn.
That was like I don't know, 10 years. Dude, I don't even know.
No, you got it touched up at a point where it was like, oh, damn, he's making sure that like it's still there.
Is the blog? So the right hand says blog, right? Is that more faded because it's your jerk off hand?
No, it's not.
Okay. Is that how tattoos work, James?
I don't think that's how tattoos work.
They get faded from use, yeah.
From use.
From friction.
Okay, that was pretty good advice, James. Or excuse me, constructive criticism. Want to respect the segment. Mine is simple. James and I are men who live by a code, and we have a lot of them. One of the most simple and concise ones, just 3 words: sponsor the pod. We've danced around it. We've flirted. We've all kissed each other's necks, but everyone is fucking fully torqued and ready to bust. So we're going to just need you to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're talking about sponsoring the pod or something else.
Excuse me?
We're talking about sponsoring the pod or something else.
I mean, this is business talk, Jian. You're now at the fucking big boys table. You are a fashion director of a major family business, and we need you to do everything in your power to give us these hardworking people's money. That's the point.
I will say, and I said this early on, it's like you guys are already in the conversation.
Thank you. And that's all we want to,
Let me take that conversation and mold it for you a little bit in my second and the third overall point of constructive criticism, which is not just sponsor the pod with like ad reads and whatever.
Boring, lame, lazy, obvious.
Exactly. Sponsoring the IG story. How about this, Jian? COVID, fake flu, whatever. It's done soon, right?
Right.
Sponsor the Throwing Fits national tour, where we go Nordstrom to Nordstrom across the lower 48. And unfortunately, you closed one in Puerto Rico. But we'll do live pods in Nordstrom locations around the country and hand curate a selection of Johns specific to each state and region and shop. There you fucking go.
That's actually a very brilliant idea.
Isn't this a good idea?
That's a very good idea.
Go do it. Go make it happen.
And I know it's a good idea. And I'm not going to tell this story on the free episode. Maybe if I can get it approved by my fucking head of biz dev over here, I'll tell this behind the paywall. But this idea is such a good idea. And this is how you know it's good. This idea was pitched to me prior to Failing Upward signing with Barstool. The reason that I even forced James to even sit down with these guys is because they pitched something similar to this, and I'll tell that whole story behiing the paywall.
Who was these guys?
Light Switch Lou, James. I never told you this about my lunch with him at Cafe Select.
It was with Nordstrom?
No, it was with shit. No, it was who does like Hudson Bay own?
Oh, Saks.
Saks. It was Saks.
Oh. Let's bleep that out, chef.
Do you want him to?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'll tell that.
3 hours in, and that was the first edit.
No, we're gonna be good. But that's how you know it's a good idea. If it can work for the everyman, it can work with the fucking Johns enthusiast. That's
of course.
Yeah. I texted to.
I'm not arguing with you guys. I think that's actually.
I texted this to Sammy Loebs way back in the day, pre-COVID times, and he's like, you know what? I need a fucking fashion director before I can sign off on this. So here we are.
Damn.
You got a man on the inside. Don't you love how nepotism works? It's great.
We're inside you.
Yeah. I think we had a note here too, just real quick before we get you out of here. You should open up a wholesale account for TF merch. It's the hottest merch in the game, dude. Some people say it's the next online ceramics ?
Right.
So, just what I would say is listen, man, have you ever lost money on Jimmy and Larry G? And no, dude, we're good for it.
That's
Invest
true.
in early, fucking ride that shit to the fucking moon, baby. You know how we rock.
Well,
we got all the pieces in place.
What if we just did a whole fleece collab with you guys? And
love that too.
Have you guys design head to toe fleece everything?
But in true Throwing Fits fashion, let's release it in the middle of July.
Yeah, that will be real good for summer for sure.
Yes.
Let's do it then. That's when we kind of
let's just do let's give them the whole antisocial social club experience and just not for a year.
Yeah. Let's do a Throwing Fits car.
James and I are 10 years in the future.
Pre-orders is because antisocial social club does the merch and it just takes a year to get it out.
Right. Well, James and I are living in the future. In that future, it's always the opposite season of when you buy the thing.
Shit. So you guys have Tenet Johns, where it's actually coming to the past from the future because you guys are already in 3020.
Your fit is the scene of the crime.
That's not even Tenet.
Exactly, bitch. Use your brain.
Jian, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters.
Thanks,
where can the kids follow you if they don't already?
They can follow me on Instagram at Jian DeLeon.
And what would you like to plug before we kick you the fuck out of here and do an ad read?
Dude,
can't forget that.
Nothing. Just be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
And shop Nordstrom Men's.
3. It's amazing. So,
What?
I actually did just watch Bill and Ted 3.
Really? It's good?
It's $30 on demand.
Yeah.
It's the documentary about me and James.
It actually, that's what happens. It is you and James.
The Bill character
from the future and sending them to the past.
The Bill character, the actor, actually ended up doing porn. So Lawrence, you have you got the headband for it.
Nice. Hell yeah. Sounds cool.
All right, Jian, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters. Buddy. Good to see you, buddy. You can leave the bathroom and let Janice piss now. Chef, hit that motherfucking outro music.
We got winners, we got losers, chain smokers and boozers, and we got yuppies, we got bikers, we've got thirsty hitchhikers, and the girls next door dress up like movie stars. I love this bar. We got cowboys, we got truckers, broken-hearted fools and suckers, and we got hustlers, we got fighters, early birds and all-nighters, and the veterans talk about their battle scars. I love this bar. I love this bar. It's my kind of place. Just walking through the front door puts a big smile on my face. It ain't too far. Come as you are. Bar. I've seen short skirts